I'll take the chaos with a smile on my face, a smile on my face, a smile on my face. I'll take the chaos with a smile on my face, a smile on my face, a smile on my face. me when I'm down. Aim your weapon, make a sound. And you can't say bye when it's one on one. You love me when I'm down. Aim your weapon, make a sound. You can't say bye when it's one on one.
Hello, I am here. How's it going? Hi, Rolf. And yeah, it is starting pretty late for you. It's like 7:30, I think, for me. Though actually, it starts at 7 because I think that there's like pre-show stuff for like half an hour before like it actually starts. I think. So I'm gonna like start watching it at 7 EST rather than 7:30. But yeah, it is pretty late. Sadly. I managed to get off on work that day to watch it. It's good stuff. I'm really excited for it. The last round of Player's Choice is happening today for the Game Awards. And do you know what the final games are, Rolf? The final games to pick from, the final 5 nominees for Player's Voice is Baldur's Gate 3, Marvel's Spider-Man 2, The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. Like, you know, all of those I understand. Makes sense. Then Genshin Impact. And then Cyberpunk 2077 Phantom Liberty. Why is... What? Why is Genshin Impact and a DLC but it has like the nominees? Why? How did they get all the way to the end too? Crazy. Crazy. Makes total sense. But yeah, so I ended up voting for Baldur's Gate 3. I gave it my vote. We'll see if Genshin Impact wins Player's Voice. I'm gonna eat myself. I'm gonna be so upset. I'll be like, why? Why? Crazy. But yeah. Yeah, I'm glad to hear you're doing okay, Rolf. Heck yeah. Sad face. Amazing. Yeah, I'm excited because always something crazy happens at the Game Awards, so I'm excited to see what might happen this time. Apparently, they've upped the security now at the Game Awards, so it'll be harder for somebody to do the stuff that they've done before. Apparently. I don't know. We'll have to see. I mean, here's the thing. Even before somebody jumped up on stage and started doing stuff, there was already crazy stuff happening at the Game Awards. I mean, still one of the craziest things is still Yusef being all like, fuck the Oscars. And that wasn't some random dude getting up on stage. He was supposed to be there. And that's still like one of my favorite moments of all time. I'll never get over that. That's why it's also the reason why he's there at every Game Awards as like one of the people to state who gets the awards, because nobody else can forget that incredible moment. So good. Also, you know what's crazy Yeah, it is one of the greatest award show moments of all time. It's so true. It's so true. Like, if I did a top 10 of award show moments, like, that would be my number one. I never will forget it. It's so good. But yeah, I found out the other day that the Game Awards has been going on since 2014, which is bizarre to me because I feel like, for me personally, I didn't start watching until like 2016, so it's crazy to think that it started all the way back in 2014. Jeebus Lorenzo. But yeah, so that's happening on Thursday, and I'm excited for that. Also, I hope that next Saturday that we'll end up playing more Lethal Company, because I really got into that game after playing it during that stream. I was like, this game is really good, actually. It's actually a lot of fun. Again, it's one of those games where, like, I couldn't imagine doing it by myself. Like, I wouldn't have a good time by myself, but definitely playing it with other people is a good time. A good Tim, as Azure would say. But yeah, kind of along the lines of other things like Risk of Rain or Terraria. Like, there's a lot of games that, like, I love a lot, but I would not just play on my own. I would need somebody else to play with if I'm gonna play it, because I find it more fun with other people than just on my own. Especially since I'm not very good at video games, I'm more likely to just die a horrible death if I try it by myself. But yeah. Also, fun fact, I watched the latest H-Bomber video on YouTube the other day on plagiarism, and it was very good, and it's also very funny to see an absolutely terrible guy get, like, his just desserts. Like, everyone's talking about it on Twitter. That guy's whole career ruined. Oh my gosh. If you haven't seen the video, Rolf, I do recommend it, though it is like 4 hours long. But yeah, like, I see so much stuff about it now posted on here. It's crazy. But yeah, it's super funny to me. Though, at the same time, like, everyone's talking about the main guy that the video was about and, like, him getting his just desserts, but I'm kind of like, I can't stop thinking, because, just to give, like, a quick TLDR in case you don't know, Rolf, but basically the video, despite, like, starting off as being, like, a general thing about plagiarism on YouTube, it ends up focusing on this one content creator called James Somerton, and, like, how all of his stuff is, like, plagiarized and stolen, and how he's, like, a compulsive liar and all that stuff. And the thing is, he had, like, a co-writer with him, this guy named Nick, who was his co-writer, and anytime, like, any accusations about plagiarism would come up, like, he often would, like, make it sound like, oh, it can't be because I have Nick. Like, he was, like, setting Nick up to be, like, the fall guy in case, like, things got out of hand. And now that everything has kind of fallen like this, I just can't help but wonder about Nick. And because it really did seem like he didn't know what was going on. And as someone who came from academia and whose main thing is writing and who's literally written whole books and everything. It must be like absolutely horrifying to know that you've been working with somebody who did such awful plagiarism. Like, I can't imagine how that must feel. Like, first off, of course, like being betrayed by someone you considered your friend and coworker, but also just like the long-term implications of that. Like, he may struggle now to get jobs and stuff because of this whole debacle. And like, I can't help but feel really bad for the guy. Like, I really want, like, I don't know, like, not a lot of people are talking about that aspect of it, and I am like worried about the guy, you know, after all of this. But yeah, it is a mess. It is a mess. But yeah, crazy. Also, in the comment section, I did write like a short comment being like, just to add another dimension to all of this, and like gave my experience at Screen Rant and how awful it was, and how part of the reason some writers on there have like factual problems and like other issues is partially also because of how awful a lot of these companies are run as well. But yeah, so that happened. But yeah, I watched it all kind of over the course of like 2 days, I want to say. I watched the whole thing. It was a wild ride from start to finish. But yeah, the sad thing is, I heard from some people on like Tumblr and whatnot that he has been called out by content creators for a while, but because they don't have the reach that H-Bomber has, like, he was able to just keep going as if nothing happened. But of course now, like, this video has absolutely decimated him into oblivion. But it is sad that it had to like get that far before people would actually listen, you know? It's sad. But yeah. Anyways, Rolf, I am ready whenever you are for some callers and their malices. All the callers and malices. Especially since now we're on the last chapter, I'm pretty sure, I think. Yeah, you know what, Rolf? I'm ready. We don't need to, you know, this time I won't do a whole hour-long talk this time. Unlike before. Dang, see. Hey, Life! Welcome to the stream. How's it going? I hope you're doing well. Hello. Not ready. Hold off 30 minutes. Okay, what should we talk about? To be honest, the only thing that's on my mind is the H-Bomber video, and I already talked about that. Heck yeah, Life. I'm glad you're doing well. But yeah. Actually, speaking of that, I should, like, share this in the Discord. That would probably be helpful. Just maybe. But yeah, I'm doing well. Just finished the latest H-Bomber video and that whole debacle. And also did the final round of Player's Voice, aka Player's Choice Award, for the Game Awards this year. I picked Baldur's Gate 3 as my final answer after all that. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited for Thursday, for the Game Awards on Thursday. As always, it's gonna be a wild ride probably from start to finish, but I'll enjoy it. I managed to get off of work that day, so I'm happy about that. So no work that day, only except for streaming the Game Awards, which I guess is its own form of work. But yeah, that'll be exciting. I do wonder if anything crazy will happen this year. According to Jeff, they have upped the security this time, so hopefully some random person isn't just gonna walk on stage and say some crazy stuff. But even before that, crazy stuff always kind of happened at the Game Awards, so I won't be surprised if stuff still happens regardless. As I just told Rolf, like, my favorite moment will always be that the Yusuf saying "fuck the Oscars" live on stage. That's still one of my favorite moment. Any stage invaders this time are getting tased immediately. You just like see some guy try to get on it. It's like, like the whole stream. You just constantly see people trying to get up on stage and they're just getting tased. Like, and Jeff just acts like nothing is going on, but you can just see like random dudes just going like, oh, in the background. Tased and then German suplexed. Exactly. Amazing. They upped the security and took the fun out of it. Amazing. Oh my gosh. But yeah.
Hello.
Hello, it's Rolf. Hi, Rolf. How are you doing?
I'm okay.
Hey,
Just been watching all day, basically.
Been watching what?
Anime all day, basically.
Heck yeah. Yeah, I want to watch that villainous show you mentioned. It's been on my watch list for a while, but I haven't gone around to watching it yet. But I've heard...
Yeah, I have a hard time deciding what to think of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Definitely has very good moments and does some new stuff, but also some kind of unfortunate translations from the original.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a thing that I've noticed with a lot of these, like, especially if it's like, oh, it was a light novel and now it's been adapted. A lot of times, a lot of different things get lost in translation. Like, two of my favorite characters in my second life as a villainess, Mary and Giordo, their characters are kind of character assassinated in the anime compared to how they are in the light novels. It's like night and day difference. Like, Giordo is painted like really badly in the anime compared to how he is in the light novels, and the same with Mary. Like, she's kind of portrayed as like just, you know, the crazy lesbian archetype. That isn't really the case in the light novels.
Oh,
So it is definitely a thing that happens a lot with these.
Yeah, I think that has happened here as well.
Yeah, and it's like, it's really sad. It's really sad because it's like, and I don't even know why. If it's like maybe like whoever works on it, like they let their own biases in, or maybe just
that's basically it.
Yeah, or maybe they think
just like,
that,
oh, this is how these characters work in this media, so we're just gonna do it like this.
yeah, exactly. They just follow like certain tropes when that's not necessarily
That's normal.
Yeah. Yeah, it's sad. But I did see the opening, and the opening looked pretty neato.
Yeah. As I said, it does have some very good sections as well.
Yeah.
It's also interesting because unlike most isekai, also the protagonist really uses her like real world knowledge as well.
Yeah.
To advantage, which is also nice.
Yeah. Yeah, that's another thing that I often am like a little disappointed about with a lot of isekais, where it's like the premise of them being like from another world is kind of tossed after the first episode.
Yeah, it's
in
like
a lot
they
of
might
series.
as well just have made a fantasy anime.
Yeah, exactly. Like a lot of
Like, why
time.
go through this trouble?
Yeah.
Just jumping on the bandwagon and no other reason, basically.
Yeah, because I feel like just in general, it's a concept that is often underutilized in the medium. Like it could lead to like some pretty interesting implications and whatnot, and yet the stories never really go into that.
Yeah, very rarely.
Yeah, like I recently, so there was for the latest Super Sentai show, there was a fandom week for my favorite ship, and I wrote like several fanfics for it. And one of the fics that I wrote was an isekai story. Like, what if the series was an isekai? And one of the main things that I made sure to like include in that was the sort of grief that would come if you were in that kind of situation. Like like a lot of times in most of these stories, the character like wakes up in this other reality and is like, oh, well, now I'm here, gotta figure out how to survive, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, if it were me in that situation, I would be like, dang, that means I've lost all my family, my friends, all those people are gone now.
Yep.
Like that's awful. That's terrible.
Yeah, usually the protagonists are like loners with nobody to lose, basically.
Or like
and aimed at people who kind of feel like that too.
yeah. But it's just like, even in the ones where it's revealed that they obviously had other people around them in their previous life, like they kind of just like go, okay, now we're here. Like with My Second Life as a Villainess, like I love that series. But even with that one, like she wakes up in this other reality and she's more worried about the fact that she's going to die and not like, oh, I just lost my family, my friends, like all those people.
Yeah.
Like that would be my first thought. Forget like the fact that I could die here. I would just be more like, oh my gosh, I miss all the people that I love. Like that would be my first thought. And then I would worry about the rest.
Speaking of grief, I just watched the first episode of Frieren. No, that's really good.
Ooh, what's that?
It's like, it's a fantasy show, not an isekai, just straight up fantasy.
Yeah.
It explores something that I've always wanted to see explore, which is the fact that like elves live way longer than humans, and that
oh,
has like
yeah. I did remember the name of it, but I did see the trailer for it because my sister was telling me about it some time ago and sent me the trailer for it. And yeah, like the whole focus of like a person who lives
is, an immortal elf, and then decades just pass really fast.
Yeah.
All the humans that she interacts with just grow old and die very fast.
Yeah. It's honestly, it's something that I do kind of think about, because in a way, like, we kind of have a similar thing with like our pets.
Your pet.
Yeah, because like the pet in a way is kind of like we're like the elves to them, because we live so much longer than any of them do. And it also leads me to like wonder, why is it that there is such a different lifespan expectancy between like a cat and a human being? There's probably
just, evolution optimized it that way.
Yeah, I guess so. Reason. Yeah. It's crazy.
Yeah.
But
yeah, the show is really good. It also has a very, at least from the first episode, it already made me tear up in episode 1, so that's
yeah. I've heard a lot of good things.
It's really sort of old school style, which is really cool.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it looks like it's from the 90s or something. Quite nice.
Yeah.
Or 80s even.
Yeah.
Kind of reminds me of like, what's it called? The really old isekai before isekai became a big thing. Dot Hack. That's it.
Yes, Dot Hack. I love Dot Hack. Oh my gosh,
Yeah,
I constantly.
That's visually.
Azure knows that I constantly miss Dot Hack. That I feel like that whole franchise was absolutely robbed. Like, I feel like if that series came out just like a little bit later than it started coming out, like it would have been like the big thing, but I don't know.
Yeah, the original, I think, Dot Hack Sign, is it called?
Yeah.
That one was really good.
Yes, Dot Hack Sign is one of my favorite animes of all time.
I
Like,
watched
not
another
joking.
Dot Hack after that, but it was like a sort of incest plot, which is really weird.
Yeah, I know which one you're talking about. I also owned the box set of that one. I watched it when I was a kid, and then like later I rewatched it as an adult and could understand better what was going on. And I was like, wait, what the frick? It was the one where that's the one where two of the characters have like the skins of like two of the important characters, right?
I think so.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. It was Dot Hack Legend of the Twilight is the name of it.
Yeah, I knew it was Twilight something. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, because of the whole like lore and the importance of Legend of the Twilight and all that kind of stuff, but yeah, I do remember about that.
Kind of relates to one of the problematic parts of I'm in Love with the Villainess, is there's also an incest subplot.
Yeah.
That's like one thing, but then it's also like presented as this sort of tragic, forbidden love thing, and then they sort of put that right next to the sort of tragedy of being gay and having unrequited love. And so sort of like, wait, are they comparing like incest to, LGBT stuff? Because that's not okay.
Yeah,
that was also not really in the light novel either. So
yeah.
it's just kind of,
yeah.
Very tone deaf.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of instances of that, sadly, where I've seen people online like make that like comparison, like, oh, I think I even once saw somebody say like, oh, the whole point of LGBT is like to, praise like the more taboo stuff, and it's like, no, it is not. No, it is not. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
What the heck?
It's like proving on your sister is not a sexuality.
Yeah, it's just
it's
weird.
Very different.
Yeah, it's messed up, but yeah, it's definitely an issue. But yeah, like I will say that I do wish Dot Hack came back, but I doubt it will. Like,
kind of missed its window to come
back. Yeah, it's sad. But the thing is, what like really makes me sad is like a lot of thought and effort went into Dot Hack, like in building the lore and everything, and yet you have stuff like Sword Art Online being like considered like the anime for like that kind of like, oh, I got isekai'd into a video game, yeah. And I'm like, there's Dot Hack, it's so much better. It makes me so mad. Like if you go into the wiki for Dot Hack, it like gives like a whole.
At least they both have incest subplots. So
yeah, we all get that. Like that is such a. I don't understand.
Second arc of Sword Art.
Yeah, I don't understand why like that is such a big thing in anime, because like most animes have like at least at some point some sort of like incest subplot, and I don't know why.
It's just like a big thing worldwide. I think it's just in Japan they're more open about it.
Yeah, I guess so.
Like, fucking Pornhub is still full of the like step fantasy stuff.
Yeah.
It's year after year, one of the most popular categories. I don't understand.
Yeah, I don't understand either. It's very strange. Like the fact that one of the main, like one of the romances in My Second Life as a Villainess that has the most backing, like within the story, is her with Keith, who is her brother.
Yeah.
I'm like why? Why him? Why him? I'm like, I would rather her end up with literally anybody else than him. Do not let her end up with him, please.
Please stop confusing the different kinds of love.
Yeah.
Familial love is not romantic love.
Yeah, it's like, no.
Get that sorted out.
Oh my gosh. Crazy. But yeah, as I was
speaking of toxic love stories.
Yeah, we should probably get to the game. That is true. That is true. Where is it?
So when are we getting to the little brother round?
No. Luckily, that is not in this game. I will say they did not do that. The bar is so low. It's through the floor, but at least they didn't meet that.
No, I mean the sister always has to be the younger one for those songs.
No, my gosh. You're not wrong, and I hate that.
It just makes it worse somehow.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Okay.
Let me get the stream.
But yeah, if you go onto like the .hack wiki, for instance, there's like a whole section that's just the timeline of events, and you can see like just how much effort and thought they put into it, of like all the different lore and whatnot. It's like they basically created like a full in-depth like alternate universe of like stuff that have happened in the world, and it's just so cool. And most people still don't know this series, and I'm like,
It does really evoke that feeling of there being more than what you're shown, I think.
Yeah.
Which makes it feel really, I don't know.
Yeah.
More sense of mystery.
Yeah. Like, actually, let me see if I can find the specific page for it, because it is very interesting to look at.
I should rewatch it. I think I was like slightly too young to understand it.
Yeah.
It does get kind of deep at some point.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, it goes beyond Sign, but I do think Sign is one of the best entries in .hack. A lot of the other ones, there's some other like really interesting entries as well. And the whole, like, overall lore, even within, like, the bad entries, like Legend of the Twilight, still is pretty interesting. But, yeah, I do think Side is one of the best just, like, singular entries in the series, just because, I think it stands on its own as a particular, almost like Serial Experiments Lane, and kind of the stuff it tries to like tackle and whatnot, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it's a very fascinating sort of theme, I think.
But yeah, like, to show how much there is, if you go to the .hack wiki, it says a timeline of the .hack series, and it says this is a timeline of both the events of Project .hack and .hack Conglomerate, and it's the main continuity begins in 1912. That's how that's how much stuff they put into it, is they start it all the way back in friggin' 1912. And you just scroll down and it's like, oh, this stuff happened and that stuff happened and this stuff happened and all this happened, and it's crazy. But yeah, But yeah, I did always think that it's kind of interesting as well that the Dot Hack series takes place like in an alternate timeline where like a virus basically destroyed most technology except for one type, and then that's like the one type everyone used because it destroyed everything else. It was crazy. Yeah, I'm just gonna post this in the Velvet Room.
Alright.
Yeah. It's an interesting look. I definitely recommend looking into it. Anyways, video game time. Crazy, we're playing a video game on my stream. You hate to see it.
Must be an alternate reality.
Yeah. True, we've Mandela affected.
We've isekai'd into a world where we actually
Yes! We got hit by Truck-kun and now we're here.
Welcome back. Like, welcome back. That's pretty
Yeah,
good. Like,
that it's so good that that's where we stopped.
Yeah. Wait, what?
Yeah, it's kind. Oh no! I didn't mean that.
No,
oh well.
We'll never know what it said.
Yeah, we'll never know what was said. But anyways.
Well, I can tell that you two have made up and out.
Exactly. But yeah, I do think it's kind of funny that it makes me think of something like Doki Doki Literature Club, where the game like actually like reacts to the real world. Like, oh, you've returned, player.
It has been 1 week since you
Oh, Yoshinari, I can't believe you become possessed by a virus.
Oh no.
Yoshinari watched us grinning from ear to ear. I realized that Okazaki and I were still holding hands.
How lewd.
Yeah, I can't believe you would do this in public. Oh, Okazaki, can you let go of my hand now?
Exhibitionists.
Yeah.
I want to stay like this forever. Is it okay?
No. No, because I'll need to take a shower and do other things. I can't hold your hand forever.
Oh, I don't mind.
No! You know how gross our hands are gonna get. No, Yanagi and the others are here. That's like the least of the worries.
No.
No, he's like pouting. It's fine afterwards.
Okay, but the romance talk is on hold, right?
Yeah. This is not the time.
Phew. Nice catch, sir. What a stud. So, what base did you get? Oh my lord.
Yoshinari, I'm right here.
I think he's my favorite character.
I love him so much. He's so good. There's a lot of people who are like, you know, after playing this route, I ended up falling in love with both of them. Like, there's so many people who draw like fan art with like Ichika between both of them. And so it becomes like a
Yoshinari, do you crave punishment that badly? No, sir. Nope. Sorry. I let myself get carried away. Honestly, we have some business with Yanagi and the other. Just keep watch, okay? Leave it to me, but I'm glad you two made up. I was really worried there. Yeah, thanks, Yoshinari. I'm glad you were there. Ah, don't mention it. Wait, what's with the compliment?
Yoshinari's like, oh god.
I don't trust this. This is scary. I'm honestly grateful to you. Thanks for always having my back. Also, I'm kicking her ass later. Okazaki, so you finally know how much I love you, man. Alright, enough. This is getting depressing.
Oh, frick. I couldn't help but smile at their exchange. Okazaki had told me that he had been assigned to train new recruits after the Adonis incident 2 years ago. He must have been very reluctant, but he'd made new relationships along the way. I'm sure he cares about them. The things he'd gained that he didn't want to lose were increasing by the day.
Hey, what's with the delay? Sasuke, yes. It's getting impatient in there.
Oh, sorry, we'll be right up.
Till warm you up. It's really cold here, so that doesn't help.
Yeah. See Yagi coming down to chide us. We rushed up the stairs. Nyum.
Gotta go fast.
You're too slow.
You look ready now, Hoshino.
His words snapped me back to reality, and I fortified my resolve. Yes, the way things are now, we won't be able to reach the truth that the criminals want us to. Please examine the collar more thoroughly so that we can learn more about Adonis and find the person who did this to me. There was a short silence, and I waited for any sensations in my neck. There was no pain and no response from the collar. In the tense silence, Yanagi looked at both me and Sasuke and nodded.
Do it, Sasuke. Roger.
Sasuke hooked his computer up to some device and started typing. Nobody said a word. The room was filled with the sound of clicking keys.
Fucking mechanical keyboard.
Yeah. After a while, Sasuke stopped typing, irritation plainly written on his face.
It's no use.
It's no use!
No use?
Oh my gosh. Also, all he did was, like, they were like, can you examine the collar? And then he starts typing on his computer. What is that gonna do? The collar's right here.
He's Googling weird cat collar.
Yeah, what do I do?
Just getting weird lewd images. Huh? You couldn't trace the source? I got cut off halfway. All I know is they're in the eastern Shinjuku. Not going to be that simple, eh? Damn, this sucks.
What happened?
They're counterattacking. Shit, they're in.
Hacker voice, I'm in.
Yeah,
Is everything okay?
Hacker voice, is it in yet? I mean, I expected this. It's a burner machine, so it's fine. But I still managed to break into my system. They've got someone pretty skilled on their side. Whoa! I never thought Takeru would lose at hacking. Say that one more time to my face.
Sasuke's like gonna kill him.
Yeah, chill, man. Don't be mad, cause I'm right. You're only human, after all. Are you sure? Huh. It's a lot of big talk coming from a guy who's as useless as a garden gnome. Huh? Who are you calling a gnome?
Who are you calling a gnome?
I'm not a gnome.
You're a gnome. You've been gnomed.
No. Settle down, you two. No response from the caller.
Nothing really. Maybe I was safe because we hadn't gained any critical information, or maybe because they were confident that we wouldn't get close. My feelings were a complicated mix of relief and disappointment.
It'll be harder to get any further without people and hardware from Cybercrime's division. But Shinjuku is under quarantine. You won't be able to bring any help in.
Hi, Pon.
Hello.
Welcome to the stream. How's it going? I love you very much.
That's why this will be difficult unless we can convince Investigations HQ. Let me keep looking.
Even rolling out some locations would be helpful. Sanjo had hinted at an underground tunnel, and he tracked the signal to eastern Sudoku. Our chances of finding Adonis headquarters had increased with just this much elimination.
Let's call it a day for now.
Just as Yanagi called the meeting to a close...
Except we're in the middle of something. I guess it's the...
Yeah, yeah, Yoshinari.
Yeah.
We could hear a loud commotion just outside the door.
Well, I don't know who this is.
Yeah, you're part of the police. Are you siding with them? Barging
in without permission is trespassing.
Now is hardly the time for technicalities. Yeah, I don't... Oh, it's him. Oh, cover it up! Cover up!
Quick, put up some porn.
Yeah, we're all just messing. We're all just watching some weird porn. That's all we're doing in here. But yeah, it's this guy. The door was thrown open with force and I froze when I saw Morioka walk in. But Morioka paid me no mind and his gaze settled on Yanagi.
Yanagi. Morioka.
Morioka had a complicated expression on his face, so he turned to me.
Shepard. Ichika Hoshino. You're suspected of leaking confidential intel. Well, that's pretty much accurate.
What?
Your actions have been suspicious. This SP officer won't tell us anything. So I'm here to question you directly.
Yoshinari? Oh wait, no, that was you.
I didn't say anything. Wait. Oh, sorry. It's the same color text box, so I got confused.
Yeah.
I didn't say anything. I wouldn't betray you, sir. Investigations did call me in, but I didn't breathe a word. Yeah, I know. You wouldn't say anything to hurt your mission to assist as Okazaki. And you stubbornly believe in Hoshino despite... simply because he trusts her. Oh my god. This is why I dislike the SP. Their blind faith makes them inflexible.
He almost spat the words out and then looked around the room.
It's not just Hoshino. Everyone here is suspected of aiding insurrection. I'd like you all to come in for questioning.
Insurrection is the crime of attempting to overthrow the government. Aiding and abetting an insurrection by providing material or financial help is also a crime. When he says insurrection, does he mean he thinks they're part of Adonis?
Nope, I'm busy.
I love Sasasuka so much.
I don't have time to be arrested right now.
Morioka ignored Sasasuka's curt reply and walked towards me.
Please wait. Yeah, he's going to kill you.
Yeah. Okazaki stepped in front of me.
Okazaki. Ah, my god. What is it? Okazaki. If you've forgotten your role, you'll be punished for dereliction of duty. I don't care, sir. I believe I'm acting in the best interests of the police. Stand aside. My business is with Hoshino.
Commissioner, I won't betray the police. Could you give me just one day? I'll give you the evidence you need by tomorrow.
Ichika? We don't have that time. Morioka, you're a section chief, but you came here on your own. So I'm guessing that this isn't a committee decision from the HQ. I'm sure the higher-ups disagree with you. You're here to talk to us before they get here, aren't you? You mentioned criminal insurrection, but if that were the case, you'd have an arrest warrant. You wouldn't be asking us to volunteer to come in.
An arrest warrant is issued by a judge to authorize the arrest of an individual. Unless a perpetrator is caught in the act, an arrest warrant is required to bring the criminal in.
Sharp as ever, Yanagi. If you understand, then come along quietly. No. Right now, I can't let you take Hoshino in. It'd be bad if she were interviewed or detained. The same goes for Sasakusa, Enomoto, and Okazaki. If you arrest them right now, then you'll have lost any chance of stopping the countdown. What do you mean? I'll tell you what I can, though I can't give you everything. Fine, Yanagi, then talk.
Yanagi. I said his name in worry, but Yanagi turned to me and nodded firmly.
Probably walk away from the collar. Tell him anything.
Yeah, like, you know, you could just, like, leave.
Kill her.
Yeah, like, I would just, like, what I would have done in this situation is I would have, like, tried to hint at him that I would tell him something later, and then we would all leave, and then Hoshino could leave, and thus they won't know that we're gonna tell him everything, and then we tell him everything.
Yeah.
Like, then you don't have a problem.
But yeah, then we can't, as the player, see what they say.
Yeah.
I guess. Yeah. I won't do anything to endanger you. Take care of her, Okazaki. Yeah, of course. She's mine, after all.
Okay, no, they did leave. Thank God. After Yanagi and Morioka left the office, all we could do was sit there in silence and wait for the news. I noticed that the color of the sky had changed. In the end, we still hadn't gained any critical leads that could help us find Adonis. We counted on Sazasuka to keep searching for the source of the transmissions, Adonis headquarters. What can I do next? Thank you for coming with me.
It was nothing. Sorry, you didn't have time to get any good sleep.
That's okay. I rested after the episode at Shinjuku Garden. I'm still good.
Hey, what did you mean when you said that to Morioka?
Huh? Ah. Yeah, we just saw this. We're okay. Okazaki was wondering about the offer I'd made to Morioka. It was something that I'd been prepared to do for a while. But he definitely opposed it. Besides, I don't want the caller to hear it. It was just a bluff. I was just desperate to stall him. Okazaki made an unpleasant expression, and then he took out his phone. Then he sent me a text. Yeah, like, this is a way to do it.
Yeah. You liar.
His cute emotion caught me off guard again, and I snorted when I saw the message. I knew I couldn't trick him. Sorry, but you don't need to worry about it.
Sounds like something to worry about, so what's the deal?
I think I'm going to tell HQ about the caller.
To get cybercrime's help?
Yes.
Absolutely not. Too risky.
Okazaki, I think it's this one, if I'm remembering correctly.
The bottom one is so much better.
Yeah. Yeah, like, that's the thing. I've talked about this before, but I do prefer the way Western visual novels like this go compared to, like, otames and all that, because
you can give your character actual character instead of just being like, I love you so much.
Well,
and if you don't say I love you every time, you lose.
Yeah, like, there's that, but it's the fact that there's only one right option. Whereas in like, for example, Ebb on Light, you could say whatever and still beat the game as long as you, like, you know, didn't make really stupid decisions. But otherwise you would survive even if you did, like, different builds and stuff or made your character, like, one way or another. Like, you could still end up with somebody, you could still do all this stuff. And I prefer that because I prefer the idea of, like, making my own character and, like, role playing within this universe, kind of like with RPGs and whatnot. But in a lot of these, it's like, no, the gameplay comes from trying to figure out what the right choices are. And I don't like that.
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of that. But it also, I think it just kind of goes to show the difference of how RPGs in Japan versus RPGs here are just, like, different. In the sense that, like, Western RPGs kind of take a more D&D-esque approach to it, and you have, like, absolute control over making your character. Like, you get stuff like with Dragon Age or Baldur's Gate or any other kinds of things where you get to decide what your character is, who they are, what person they date, all that kind of stuff. Whereas, like, JRPGs often, like, even though a lot of times they still utilize the silent protagonist thing, the character isn't actually a blank slate. Like, they actually still do have a personality. They're just using the gimmick of they're a silent pro tag. But they still have a personality. Like, there's still certain things you have to pick or certain choices that are made regardless of player choice and things like that. So you don't...
Yeah, like Pond is saying, it's kind of like those old adventure games that are just like more like illusion of choice. You have a bunch of choices, but only one is the right one.
Yeah, exactly. It is very Sierra adventure game type thing. Well, I think it's also because I watched like a whole video not too long ago about like the difference of history in terms of like adventure games in like the West versus Japan. Like the history is different, so because of that, like over here a lot of times people consider stuff like Ace Attorney to be visual novels, for instance. And that's because of how much dialogue is in it. But if you asked somebody like in Japan whether Ace Attorney was a visual novel, they would say no, it's an adventure game. And that's because like the traditional Japanese adventure games were very text heavy like that. Whereas over here it was more like the point and click style that we would get from Sierra and whatnot. And so like you combine that with the fact that a lot of these visual novels come from like the old dating sim visual novels that were all kind of about stat raising and having to like raise your stats to certain levels to get like certain endings and things like that. And it makes a lot of sense why there would be this strong focus on like making the absolute right choices or you die.
It's also partially because just like East versus West, that East is just more focused on tradition and innovation compared to the West.
The
design is a little old-fashioned compared to from our perspective.
Yeah, that I do definitely see that. But yeah, like I think a good example that I talked about recently with Azure is like if you compare Dragon Age versus Persona 5, for instance. Both games have a silent pro tag for the most part. Like technically they talk, but only if you choose certain choices. Otherwise, they don't really say anything like of their own accord. But the difference between the two, because a lot of people, the reason I was talking about this with Azure was because a lot of people claim that Joker from Persona 5 has no personality. But I was arguing that that's not the case. It's just that they're utilizing the gimmick of a silent pro tag because you're the player playing them, but not that they don't have a personality. Because in Dragon Age, you can make your character however you want. You can make them be super evil or super good or somewhere in between. Like you could choose to make some pretty awful choices, you know? The game isn't going to stop you. Whereas in Persona 5, you are very limited in your choices. Like there are times where you can kind of go off the path to get a bad ending, but for the most part, despite the fact that you're allowed to make dialogue choices, you're set on a certain path. Like you can't make Joker do whatever you want There's certain things that he's going to do regardless, and because that's just his character. And to me, that's like one of the big differences between Western RPGs versus JRPGs is kind of like that ability of choice. And like, I don't know if I would say that one is necessarily better than the other. It's just very different. Yeah, it's two very different types. Another like example again from the Persona series is Persona 2. Persona 2 is split into two games. There's Persona 2 Innocent Sin and Persona 2 Eternal Punishment. And in Innocent Sin, you play as one character, and another character is in your party. And then in the second game, it switches, where the character that was in your party is now the protag, and the person that you played as is now in your party. And the thing is when you're playing as them, they are silent protags. But when you're not playing as them, they are fully voice-acted individual characters. And they are directly connected to each other, the two games. And to me, that like showcases the fact that the silent part is just a gimmick in those games. It's not that they actually are blank slate characters. They are their own characters with their own personalities. And a lot of times you can kind of get some more of that from like dialogue choices or like certain things that these characters will or will not do. But yeah. Yeah. As Pon said, like, all the Persona Pro tags have a little personality, like a personality space that gives you limits to work within. Exactly. It's like Gerald in the... Yeah. It's like Gerald in the Witcher games. He's always Gerald, but you can spin him differently within that Gerald personality space. Yeah, exactly. Like, you have some choice, which can lead you to bad ends and things like that, but still, like, overall, this character is that character. And you can't, like, go too far off that beaten path. Yeah, anyways. went on a whole tangent. As I always...
That's what we're here for.
Yeah, as I always do. I don't want to lose you.
Not too bad.
You're precious to me, okazaki. I will say in this... My precious. The one ring to rule them all. But I will say that in this case, it kind of makes sense to me, considering that it's still... I guess we're still, like, trying to teach Okazaki that he's somebody to... that's, like, worth something. So I guess in that sense it makes sense. But yeah, definitely it's kind of an issue where it's always like, gotta pick you over everything else.
Yeah. What's this all of a sudden?
It just makes me really afraid when I imagine losing you on X Day. I want to be with you forever! I can't bear to lose you!
I can't live without you, man. I recently met.
Yeah, man, I met like a few weeks ago. To make that wish come true, I have to fight as hard as I can. No matter what it takes, I will never run.
That's not fair. I can't say no if you talk to me like that.
Sorry, but I want to trust the police. I know that they're... Yeah, I know that there are bad cops, but there are also those who give their all to protect Shinjuku. I'm not the only one risking my life, so I want to believe they'll work with us if I talk about the caller. I closed my phone after the last text, and Okazaki stroked my head.
Pat. I'm scared.
Yeah.
There's a spider.
Yeah, there's a spider on your head. Oh, no!
If it comes to it, I'll protect you to the death. I was desperate, so I thought I could protect you so long as I stake my life on it. I'm terribly afraid of losing what is precious to me, while being completely unable to protect it.
It's going to be okay. I promised you that we'd live together.
Okay, keep your promise, okay? If you don't, I'll die too.
It doesn't really sound like a joke when you say it.
That's because I wasn't joking.
No, Okazaki! Right, I won't die so that you won't die either. This is messed up. This is messed up.
You must live or I'll die.
Yeah. We traded bitter smiles with each other. I didn't know what would happen next, but I could only reinforce my will so that I wouldn't lose him. Oh, it's the 25th. After saying goodbye to Okazaki, I wasn't able to get to sleep, so I got up and started composing an email on my computer. I revised it several times before clicking the send button with a trembling hand. There's no turning back now. If there was a mole in the police, then they could be watching the computers at the station. With that in mind, I'd send it to individual email addresses I got from Yanagi, to Morioka and Minagishi.
Open email to the whole station.
Yeah, just like let everybody know I'm dead. To Morioka and Minagishi in investigations. Yanagi said that I should be able to trust those two. Clumsy lies.
In a YouTube video.
Yeah. Clumsy lies would only make them cautious, so I decided to explain it all in an email. But what if they don't believe me? What if I was suspected and detained? I also couldn't completely rule either of them out as being the mole. My head filled with possibilities, and I couldn't keep my fear contained.
Did you get some sleep? I'll be waiting downstairs.
It was as if he sent the text to clear away all my worries. I was surprised at how much better I felt. I'm ready to fight! I'll be right down! Trips down the stairs and dies.
Well, guess I'll die too.
No!
Throws himself down the stairs.
No! It just becomes like a whole thing where people just keep throwing them down. I smiled and stood up. The most deadly staircase.
But then he has that superhuman toughness, so it takes him a couple tries.
Yeah, he has to do it over and over again. And someone is just watching for the sidelines like, what the heck?
What the fuck is he doing? It's hard to believe. Still, it's the honest truth. So right now, the intel you have to pinpoint Adonis's location is an underground tunnel, eastern Shinjuku, and SP during the incident 2 years ago. That should be enough for Sasakusa and cybercrime to narrow it down. We can't work with outsiders. One of you could be a spy. I think that we should act on the information he's given us. Even if it is false, we don't have anything else to go on. Nothing better to do.
Yeah.
Morioka, our superiors may have said what they did, but do you really agree? You usually trust your instincts, so why don't you just ignore those trifling details and listen to them now? Shut up.
I love the dynamic between these two.
Yeah. Morioka, you're the one that taught me that everyone could be suspicious, but I also needed to trust my instincts. If we're just talking possibilities, then literally anyone, anywhere could be a spy.
Yep, like there.
Could be me.
Yeah, it could be you.
I am Adonis. But I have faith that none of us here are the spies, even without having any evidence. Nothing can begin without trust. That goes for the police and you. I trust you. Morioka, answer me with your instincts. Is Hoshino innocent or guilty? Guilty as fuck.
Kill her.
Innocent. But innocence proves nothing.
I went to work. I couldn't relax, but I still went about my daily duties. I sent my home email to forward messages to me. I stared at the screen, my eyes glued to the message.
That sounds safe.
Yeah, I don't know about that. You should have just had your phone with you that has your email on it and just use that. Why did you set it to your work? This is Morioka, I think.
I cannot say I believe it all, but I understand. Your account corroborates what Mr. Yanagi said. We are urgently working to ascertain Adonis' position based on the information he supplied us.
That was the email response that I received from Minagishi.
Oh.
Oh, it was Miyagishi. Womp womp. One of the two.
Oh well.
Thank goodness. I placed a hand on my chest, relieved that he'd at least accepted my story for now. Later that day, in the afternoon, the police station got hectic. An exception had been made so personnel from outside Shinjuku could join the investigation. Under the quarantine, no one was supposed to be able to enter the ward, but everyone was buzzing now that it had happened. Investigations already had the help of a lot of cybercrime investigators, but now their ranks had swelled even more. So Sasuke was supposed to have joined the effort as well. If we can find the hideout with this move, then we can root out Adonis. Sensing the new development, I grew restless and kept glancing down the hallway.
Hey there, chill out. I know you're nervous because it's an emergency.
We haven't seen Saiki in like 5 billion years.
Yeah.
Saiki came walking up to me while wearing a wry smile on his face.
Remember when we denied his existence? That was
Yeah. We don't have any male friends. Who's Saiki? I love all the people in my life. Yanagi, Okazaki, and looks at smudged handwriting. Spaghetti.
But reinforcement, huh? It's reassuring, but this could mean trouble.
Yeah, it could. I nodded, my mind preoccupied with other pressing worries.
They're saying even a chief of police is here. Want to go take a peek at investigations?
But they won't let us inside. They're on high alert. It was my turn to smile at Saiki's voyeurism this time. That's a weird way to put it.
So if I'm reading your emails, Oh, you aren't curious? How about it, Mochida?
Saiki called out to the nearby Mochida, who also gave him the same smile.
Oh, I'm curious too, but Investigations HQ is so full that we'd never fit in the room. We just have to do our own jobs now. Well, that's true. I better get back to work then. Fight hard, Hoshino.
With a casual wave, Saiki strolled down the hallway. Is he brave or just reckless? That's so like Saiki.
My wife is telling me to get home early. I'd better wrap this up.
You look fired up, Mochida.
She's on my ass about being too friendly with my female colleagues. I think she's gonna be making her famous beef stew tonight. My wife's cooking is amazing.
My wife?
My wife?
You told me before.
Mr. Wife Guy.
Never change the way you are, Mochida.
My wife?
My wife. After that, time went by without anything else out of the ordinary happening. I've been told that I can leave, but I wouldn't be able to relax at home. Mochida had gone home earlier, and I invented an excuse to stay later. Invented an excuse. What excuse could that be? Oh.
I'm busy.
I'm busy. I forgot to finish paperwork today. Then.
Spent half my time on Reddit, so I have to catch up.
I was compiling the public claims we'd received that day into a report and found myself dozing off.
Accidentally clicked the TV tropes link and got lost for 3 hours.
Yeah, honestly, same. Suddenly my phone vibrated.
The boss is like, oh yeah, understandable. We found our base.
Yo, let's go.
Hype.
Hype.
Base hype.
Base hype, base hype, base hype.
Adonis's hideout has been identified. We'll be raiding it today. Are we here?
Yeah. Yep, we're here.
We're just warning them.
Yeah.
Oh fuck, let's get out here. We'll be raiding it today, don't get sloppy. All personnel now consider today the turning point. If you want to live into next year, then finish this. Now the location is...
Sir!
What?
There's a new statement from Adonis! They're streaming it online now!
Yeah, so we overheard you talking that you found our base.
Yeah.
You're wrong, by the way. It's not there.
This is an X-Day announcement. X-Day will be a step towards our nation's rebirth for the future of all righteous people. The corruption must be purged. Now, allow us to reveal a part of our plan to the hard-working police force. On January 1st, the seeds of malice growing in Japan, criminals will all be executed by poison. Our preparations are already complete, so you have no hope of stopping the cleansing. If the police intrude upon our sacred ground prior to X-Day, that will only accelerate the rebirth. To those of you who harm your neighbors and breed sorrow, to those who sin while playing innocent, Adonis's hammer of judgment will fall on you.
Okay then.
It's over, man! It's over!
Game over, man! Game over! Hey, Minigishi, what do we make of that? It's a bluff. I don't know exactly what means they'll use to perform a mass execution by poison. Perhaps bioterrorism, or maybe they already gathered all of their so-called criminals.
I can't believe this is Resident Evil now.
Yeah. In any case, this is the final phase of the plan. I don't think they're bluffing about it being ready to go. They know that we found their base. Because I told them.
Yeah. Oh no, I
Why? Yeah. I know that. The question is how they managed to figure out what we're doing. Because they're listening.
Yeah.
You know that. I told you in the email, right?
Yeah.
This seems really stupid.
Well, we're not in the room. We're not in the room. This is a side story. We're not in the room.
I would hope so, yeah. A mole would be the obvious explanation, but we have no way to root them out now. However, their response indicates that we have most likely found their actual base. Postpone the raid. I'm hungry, I need to eat first. Give me some Five Guys. What do you mean we don't have that in Japan? Wait, sir. We finally caught up to Adonis. Oh, now that the statement is online, it's a matter of perception if an X-Day killing happens today. Who do you think will be blamed for that? Me, the mole. That's crap again. This is an order. I'm postponing the raid. Investigators, return to your homes and wait to die.
Yeah.
Be on standby.
Yeah, what the heck?
It will be terrible for my image. My career. Still 3 more years until retirement.
The raid was supposed to happen today, but now most of the officers in Shinjuku have been ordered to stand by at home for some reason. So I was forced out of the police station and made to go home. Based on the statement that Adonis made, they must know the police found their base. It made sense to assume that the raid had been swiftly postponed, but ordering officers to stay home was probably due to the fear of a mole. No, we were so close.
You were instrumental in arranging for a scheduled raid on our headquarters.
I jumped at the sudden voice and realized that it was coming from the last place I'd wanted it to, my collar.
Your decision to act in spite of danger to yourself is praiseworthy.
I felt a surge of irritation at the way in which the speaker talked like it didn't concern them. Did you tell me to reach you? Now you're getting scared?
It'd be a problem if we were assaulted in force. But we would welcome you if you came alone, Ichigo Hoshino. You approached us not with the intent of arresting criminals, but to delve into the attacks' motives, to understand why the tragedies happened. For this, you have passed our test.
The speaker seemed to be praising me, but I didn't understand why. Why me? What do you want me for?
Well, you're the protagonist. What do you think, now that you've learned the purpose of the X-Day killings? The countdown to X-Day is a countdown to revenge. A blessed sideshow in which criminals are judged. Police who ignore people, vague laws, peace that only exists in theory, and formless justice. You've heard the cries of the people harmed by all that malice, haven't you? Even now, the police do not dare to capture us. They dither over their image and the rights of criminals while ignoring the innocent. Search your feelings, you know to be true. And still you trust the police. Well, yeah, everyone except the fucking that guy at the top.
Yeah, like everybody else
Everyone
is
except
fine.
The chief is fine, yeah.
Yeah, everybody else is fine.
Just the old bastard.
Yeah.
So the raid is on hold. There's definitely a mole within the police. Then what's our next move?
I mean, the sad reality is this is often how it is like, there's a lot of people in all organizations that are, like, good people, but they often end up getting, like, stuck because of the bad people in those organizations.
Yeah.
And it's, like, a real problem.
Case, I think, like, the commissioner, like, the guy that's organizing the raid, he could probably have said, like, fuck you, we're going anyway.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
everyone would have been with it. Like, what's the chief gonna do?
Yeah.
At that point.
I mean, that's kind of the problem with a lot of these kinds of, like, organizations. Like, the military has a similar problem and other things where there's such a focus on hierarchy that it, like, hurts the organization in some ways. Because sometimes just because...
One shitty person at the top and then...
Yeah.
Everyone below can't do anything.
Yeah, exactly. And it's, like, sometimes, like, the people up top are, you know, they're just humans like the rest of us. And that means they are not gonna always be in the right with their choices. Sometimes it's good to be like, no, frick you.
Yeah. The unfortunate reality is that we can't even decide on that yet. So I assume that you know about their color now, sir. She's told me. I think it's quite likely that they'll take action. They're probably getting ready to pull out. They'll probably try to take the stupid cat with them before they flee. I sent Yoshinari over to her home. He hasn't reported anything yet. I'll call him. Please tell us if you spot any movements.
I want to trust the police. I answered the caller's question honestly. I do think that the I do think that the carelessness of the police has hurt a lot of people. Some of them were involved in X-Day crimes like Sugawara and Sanjo. But if I accept the things you're doing, then that will perpetuate the cycle of hatred. We'll just be going in terrible circles. Will crime cease once you execute all those criminals on January 1st? I can't imagine that it will. Crime is certain to continue. The primary duty of the police is to punish crime. It's undeniable that they've strayed from that, but that doesn't mean this is right. There has to be a better way to achieve rebirth.
Well, I have this black notebook. Keep writing names.
Amazing. Just do what I do, ignore them and do it my way. Heck yeah. Let's go. Anarchy. Wait for the caller to answer. After a short pause, I heard a heavy sigh come from the caller. But yeah, yeah. Yeah, just hearing that from there, like, what?
Rebirth from the police. How long will that take? A better way? I suppose you'll tell us how. Those are just more pretty words.
No, it's not. Like, we're saying your idea is stupid.
Yeah.
And it is.
Your idea is also just pretty words.
Yeah. Yeah, like, yeah, because the thing is, it's like, yes, you're right on a lot of these, but if you kill a bunch of people, that's not going to change the fact that these things are still happening. And
yeah, some Thanos level short-sightedness.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. It's like the same thing of when I always say that I hate the fact that they made that whole thing where Thanos was like, so I'll just kill half of the universe. And it's like, could you also snap your fingers and make more,
and double the resources?
Yeah, double the resources. Like, there are better ways of doing this. Like,
yeah, I mean, the comic book reason he has is ridiculous, but at least it makes more sense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what Zach said. He's like, it's because in the original comics he was actually like an evil person, whereas they tried to make him more redeemable and it ruined the whole story.
Yeah. I mean, I still enjoyed it, but it was very silly.
Yeah. I'm fine with that. We won't be swayed by your honeyed words. It's like, here's the thing. Like, the idea is if you wanted to give him a more complex motivation, you needed to affect more than just that aspect of it. Like, the whole story would then have to be changed, because now you have to have characters actually, like, reacting to it and, like, properly. But you don't get that.
Needs to be a villain in the end. Yeah.
Yeah, like you don't have like characters actually acknowledging like the issues that he's bringing up. Like that's
did nothing wrong.
Yeah. Well, hashtag Thanos is right. Yeah. Like I feel like my issue was less that they did it that way, because I could see, just like with this, I could see somebody like thinking to do it some like this way, and it's like, yeah, that's not really the right way to do it. But my issue was less that and more the fact that none of the other characters like acknowledged the issues that he was bringing up and like possible alternatives, you know?
Yeah.
Like literally they're just like, oh, killing people is bad, and that's like the end of the story. And it's like, are we going to talk about a lot of the problems he's like bringing up? Like, are we gonna do anything?
Doing something else with the stones instead?
Yeah, like what the heck? Like that was the part that really made me mad.
I think sort of like at least near the end, Thanos knew that his plan was dumb.
Yeah.
But it's like he built his whole like campaign on it, right?
Yeah.
So he kind of couldn't stop.
Yeah.
It's sort of both like a personal obsession that he just had to finish, and also, you know, he built a fucking galactic army based on that idea, so he couldn't just go like, oh, actually this is dumb, let's not do it.
Well, like I think about it in some ways. It's kind of really sad because he did all this for, you know, a very stupid plan, and that included like killing like one of the only people he's ever like cared about, like on a personal level. Like, he ended up killing Gamora, and, like, it's kind of sad to think about that, like, he became so obsessed with, like, following, like, this goal that he had in mind that he, like, literally lost everything because of that. Like, it is kind of sad, and I feel like if there could have been more that other characters could have done in, like, response to all of this, but because like they didn't try and like change the narrative more to meet with like the kinds of things he was trying to do, like it just ruined everything and became very hollow.
Yeah, I think they did like showcase it a little bit at least.
Yeah.
In the end, it's a show about superheroes punching a bad guy, right? So
yeah.
they're not gonna go in on the philosophy of it too much.
Yeah. I don't know, guys.
But it did really disappoint me about Civil War.
Yeah.
It's I know a lot of people like that movie, but I thought it was really bad.
Yeah, no, it was really bad.
The big fight scenes were cool, but the whole subplot about the sleeper agent thing with the Winter Soldier, that was so out of place and unnecessary.
Yeah, and again, it's
made
another...
it all personal when it should have been about a difference of opinion on the philosophy and that. Politics.
Well, again, it's the idea of having these interesting topics, but then people not wanting to actually delve into them because that would mean, not really being mainstream likable. Because if you go into these topics more, whether you're talking about what Thanos wanted to do or with the Civil War, should there be more surveillance or not? Is that okay to give more power to the government or not, and things like that? If you start going more into that, then you have the chance of becoming controversial and people not liking it anymore because they don't agree with some of the opinions in it, and thus they don't want to do that because they want it to be something that everybody can like. And as I always say, if something is made for everybody, it's not truly made for anyone. It's just hollow.
Yeah, I mean, oh well, still fun to watch.
Yeah, it's a fun popcorn film.
The funny part is someone picked apart the whole subplot with the sleeper agent guy, the villain basically.
Yeah.
There's the whole plan that he had to get to where he wanted. It had 20 different points of failure that he had almost no control over.
Yeah.
So it's it just made no sense.
Yeah, it's stupid. It's stupid. I love Pond being I don't know, guys. I'm just not into this intergalactic super murder plan anymore. I'm just not feeling it.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Oh well, let's get back to another ridiculous villain plot.
Yeah. Yes, they are giant macaroons. I love them. When we first got to her room in the playthrough, I immediately pointed out to Rolf, I was that's one of my favorite things in the room is the giant macaroons. Every time I see it, I'm those giant macaroon pillows, I love them. Yeah. I'm fine with that. We won't be swayed by your honeyed words.
I didn't really care about the Winter Soldier to begin with.
Yeah.
That was a problem for me as well.
Yeah.
The fact that he's Bucky was just so dumb.
Yeah.
Sorry, but that was the dumbest twist of all time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh well. You leave us no choice. You will know how it feels to be helpless.
The ominous threat caused me to reflexively touch my collar, but there was no pain.
Yes, the poison won't hurt. You'll just die.
Yeah.
You won't even feel the needle. It's so sharp. You don't want to lose okazaki, do you?
My blood ran cold.
Smooching.
Don't tell me. This has nothing to do with Okazaki. Keep your hands off him.
Wait to reveal your hand.
Yeah.
Well then, in exchange for his life, come to our base, alone. You have passed our test, so we will welcome you into our ranks. Do not discuss this with Okazaki. Say your farewells to him and join us. Oh, letting you say your farewell.
Yeah, what are you talking about?
As if he won't try to stop it. Indirect contact is also forbidden. Don't bother trying to outsmart us.
How would you do that?
We already have pawns watching Okazaki. Step out of line and we'll end you immediately. I mean, it could easily be a bluff, but, it's a
Yeah.
big risk.
The caller made a series of demands. What are they thinking? Basically, they were threatening Okazaki, but they would leave him alone if I joined them. They'd go as so far as to kill him just to coerce me to join them. So far, all of Adonis's targets had committed some wrongful deed in the past. Killing Okazaki, who was entirely unrelated, went against that policy. I didn't understand their reasons for it, but maybe they were willing to take more extreme measures to get me to approach them. I can't do that. I won't betray the police any further.
Then you die. Very well.
The voice from the caller was terribly cold.
Chink. Then we will execute Kei Okazaki immediately. We have no more use for you, if you won't cooperate.
Wait! I felt like the conversation had ended, so I desperately pleaded with the caller. What if they really killed Okazaki? Adonis felt like they were probably backed into a corner. Maybe they were no longer bothering to keep up appearances. Wait!
The incompetent police will not raid us immediately, but we don't know what they might choose, when they might choose to act. There we go. This is your only chance to come to us. You have two simple choices. Will you make small sacrifices as an officer, or become an enemy of the police for those you love? You have until midnight. We'll be waiting.
Then the caller didn't respond again, no matter how many times I prompted it. There aren't even 8 hours left. There was no place to hesitate. But if I made a wrong move, he could lose his life immediately. My mind raced, considering the best choice. I could consult Yadagi, but if Okazaki finds out it directly, regardless, Okazaki would be killed if I didn't go to their hideout. But I had no illusions that I could make it to the terrorist base on my own. Death alone was acceptable, but there was a chance that I could become a liability for the police. It's no good. I don't see an opening. I anxiously took out my phone to try and find someone who could advise me. I had a notification for a recent missed call from Okazaki. I tightly squeezed my phone in my hand and I called Okazaki.
Beep, boop, boop. Ichika? Thank goodness you picked up.
Okazaki?
I heard that they stopped the raid. Are you at home now?
Yes, most of the investigators at the station have been ordered to stand by at home. When I heard Okazaki's voice over the phone, my heart felt at ease. I didn't want to lose him. I knew that he would hate the fact that I was sacrificing myself to save him. I had been the one who begged for him to find a way for us to live together. It's frustrating, but it looks like we won't be moving anytime soon. Act calm like I always do. The person on the caller could hear everything that I was saying. Essentially, this was me telling them that I wasn't going to resist.
Are you at home now? Can I come over?
I glanced at the clock. It was 4:30 p.m.
This is a booty call, right?
Did you need something?
I can't come over unless I have business.
No, it's not that.
We stopped celebrating Christmas halfway, remember? The fire didn't get lit, so let me continue that. You said to put our feelings on hold.
I couldn't let him figure out what was happening, but it would be difficult to refuse. Above all, I still want to see him one last time. All right, it's okay. I'll be waiting.
Okay, I'll be right over then.
I looked at my phone screen once the call ended. I'm the worst. My muttered, self-depreciating words faded into the empty room, but I had a feeling that the person on the other end of the caller was laughing at me.
It's just like popcorn in front of them.
Yeah.
Ooh, the drama.
Come on in, I'll make some tea. Okazaki?
It's nothing. I'm just glad to see you. One last time.
What's this now?
I was getting anxious. I'm glad I just misunderstood. I did, didn't I? You're not going into danger without me, right?
No! You're such a warrior!
No, never!
I stifled my anxiety and gave him the best smile that I could. Though he was indoors, he could still be targeted. I'd already made up my mind. I would protect him. It's going to be okay. I'm right here. Even if he resented me for it. There's no one else here, so don't worry about it.
What about your brother?
He's not home yet. I keep telling him not to go out so much, but lately we've been getting along better. He keeps in touch with me, and he doesn't go out late at night anymore.
I see. That's great. That means I can cut your scenario break then.
Yoshinari?
Oh, I guess I didn't tell you. I've been having Yoshinari follow your brother around.
What?
Of course, we kept it a secret from him. You've been targeted by Adonis, so something terrible could have happened to him.
I had no idea.
Ichigo, you're an idiot.
Yeah, I assumed that Yoshinari was posted at Yangi's office while Okazaki was busy trying to protect me. No, it was more than an assumption. I ran into Yoshinari near the office quite often, after all. I'm sorry.
Don't apologize. We made a decision and Yanagi's team approved it too. More importantly, if your brother might be coming home, we shouldn't get too steamy. I'm just kidding. I'll wait until you're ready.
No, you don't need to wait.
Nani? Huh?
I also want to flirt with you.
I wasn't talking about flirting.
Okazaki's eyes widened and he blinked a few times. Maybe that was too sudden? But it was sincerely how I felt. These might be our last moments together. That was all I could think.
You mean... Are?
His hand caressed my cheek. The touch caused my shoulders to tremble slightly, but I kept my eyes fixed on his. Yes. Then we inched close enough until I could feel his breath on mine. Oh, but wait just a moment. There's something I want to ask you first. Look at him. He's like... Okazaki hung his head, clearly disappointed by the sudden interruption.
I need to ask you something. Did you bring condoms? Ichika, I think you're teasing me a little too much.
So sorry, but I really need to ask. Our faces were still very close, and his eyes invited me to continue.
When did you have your last STD test?
Yeah. Okazaki, what do you like about me? Although he had confessed his feelings to me, I had turned him away in the moment, and I hadn't quite believed what I'd heard. After learning his past and sharing our feelings, I thought we'd finally become close, yet somehow I still can't quite believe it. The affection that he possessed for me was unmistakable, but I was still sure that he only viewed me as an ideal.
There are a whole lot of people that I can say that I like.
Suddenly, he dropped a bomb on me and my mind just froze.
Got a sweetheart in every city. I like Yanagi's team, Yoshinari, my friends in the force, and even girls I see walking by. I like a lot of people I think are good people. Or, that have a nice house. But I can't really say I've ever gotten attached to anybody. People have told me I was different than what they expected after we started dating. I'm not special to you, I'm just another person in the crowd to you, stuff like that.
I think I can understand them.
I feel like that too.
Oh no.
But for some reason, you're special to me. It doesn't make sense.
I like that Pon's
look at you.
I love that Pon said, I can't imagine why.
It's not about liking or disliking you. You're someone that I need to live. Right now, you're the reason that I'm alive. Anything ever happened to you, well, there's no reason to live anymore.
Oh no!
Is it normal to want to touch that person or keep her all to myself?
While he talked, his fingers touched my cheek. The gesture was completely gentle, and I could feel the warmth from his fingertips. It conveyed his feelings much better than his words did.
Back when you were mad at me, I thought that I should have done a better job hiding it from you. Maybe I should have said my death wish was a joke, and that I just wanted you to feel safe. Yeah, I could have lied and kept using you. But I couldn't make myself do it. I wanted you to accept me for the person I really am.
I was rendered speechless by his complete honesty. I wasn't worth anything. I wasn't important to anyone else. I was sure that I and everyone else had felt that way before.
Depends on you,
yeah. What should I do?
And, like,
I'm so
friends
happy.
Who care about you. And...
Yeah, like what the heck, Ichika? You have so many people around you. What the frick?
What the fuck happened to her? Like...
Yeah, what the heck?
Should we delve into this?
Yeah, maybe we should look into her, also her psyche. Ichika, you maybe need to talk to a therapist. They both need to see a therapist, basically.
Yeah.
This is more than
couples therapy together.
This is more than love or romance. He just wanted me. It made me so happy that I shivered. I mean, isn't that love? Like, what do you mean this is more than love or romance? Like, what do you mean?
That's what that is, yeah.
Yeah.
So, what do you like about me? Nothing. You have a nice ass.
Yeah.
I was happy to hear that you like me, but it's still a mystery to me. You got that angry for my sake, and you even said that you'd rather sacrifice someone else so that I could live. Because you didn't want to lose me. I don't think I'm worth that much. To be honest, I can't honestly believe that you actually feel that way. After all, you didn't like me that much at first, did you? Well, no, you're kind of a creepy stalker.
Yeah, the sudden question troubled me.
Really, but...
I had been attracted to his kindness at first. He was warm and made me feel safe. He was someone who made me smile and who brought some peace into my life. But he was stubborn and uncompromising. Hot. Yeah, heck yeah. He could be cold and lived by his own rules. He ignored my feelings and stubbornly just wanted to die for his own satisfaction. When I think about it, what do I like about you?
What a response!
Can you imagine if you were hanging out with somebody and you were like, so what do you like about me? And they sat there for like a whole minute and then they were like, what do I like about you?
Good question. Now that you say it, I don't think I actually like you.
I unconsciously let that slip.
Should you really be saying that in front of me?
So sorry, but I'm like you. It's not about whether I like or dislike you. In the end, you're the only one for me. I need you.
So there are still things we can't believe or understand about each other. Yet we still want to be together. Doesn't that feel pretty special to you?
It does.
And we both think that we're trash, so trash belongs together.
No, I could accept that.
If it's hard to put into words, wanna try this?
Huh? Try what? I tilted my head, unsure what he meant. But in the next moment...
Kiss.
Eh? My world turned upside down and I saw stars.
He suplexed me. I hit my head really hard.
Yeah. I hit my head so hard I died and got isekai'd into another world. Eventually I realized that I've been pushed down. Above me, he was smiling calmly.
Do you like it when I do this?
Honestly, like, I really, now that we've talked about it multiple times, I really do want to just make a visual novel that, like, establishes a story, does everything, and then halfway through you get isekai into a completely different story.
Just out of nowhere. Yeah.
I want it so bad. Like, every route, it's like you get isekai'd into a completely different story. Like, they're all different ones, like, in each route.
Just develop, like, 7 different, completely different worlds.
Yeah.
With also insane amount of work, yeah.
Yeah, it would take so long, but it would be such a good joke. How far are you willing to go for the bit? My heart was pounding. This was unfair. Right now I was feeling humiliated. It's embarrassing, but I don't hate it. Rather than dislike, I felt happy. When I nodded, Okazaki chuckled. Chuckled?
Then there's your answer.
You said you were going to try something, but isn't this a little extreme?
But you understand me now, don't you? If you didn't care, then I wouldn't want to do this. Forget about love, hate, all that small stuff. Think about lust. Just raw, primal fucking hate. Let me know if you don't want this, but if you feel the same way I do, then please accept me and my huge cock.
Accept me inside of you, literally. This is mean. Our hands entwined tightly enough that it hurt, different from all the times before. He looked at me with hot, passionate eyes and lovingly ran his head through my hand. His hand through my hair. His hand through my hair.
Like a cat just giving.
Heck yeah, I should push him away, but...
Before I said that there are a lot of people I like, but I rarely find anyone that I like to tease.
I don't know, you tease Yoshinari pretty much, too. The OT3 is real.
Yeah, that's just my way of showing that I care. Obviously, my feelings for you were different. I want to be kinder towards you than anyone, but at the same time, I want you to let me bother you.
Learning all about Okazaki's kinks today.
Yep.
I remember Shirashi saying that you have a bad personality.
Now it becomes clearer why this is the Anya boy.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. Exactly. Exactly.
Oh, didn't you know?
You're good looking, but rotten on the inside.
That's right. I'm fucking gorgeous. And it's your own fault for getting involved with a bad guy like me. So let me get what I want, okay?
Okazaki's fingers touched the nape of my neck. There was a slight click as fingertips landed on my collar.
As he pressed my kill switch. They're listening now.
Yeah, this is weird. Can we stop? Because it's weird
well,
that...
enjoy the show.
You saying that now?
I'll never hand you over to the likes of them. You'll do that yourself.
Yeah. Then he taunted them. I knew I would be killed as long as I served some use to Adonis, but I still felt really uneasy about the fact that Okazaki was being targeted.
Come on, kill her. I dare you.
I dare you.
You won't.
Do it, you won't, coward.
Don't break our promise or I won't forgive you.
Then he smiled at me as if he saw right through me. Okay. I couldn't stop my voice from cracking.
If you don't want to let me die, then don't you run away from me.
He whispered those words into my ear. The words felt like a curse. He's such a coward. What do you mean? I thought that, but contrary to those words, I was filled with overwhelming love for him. I didn't want to take my eyes off his lovely smile. Maybe I should resist, but as he had said, no matter how we tried to make each other understand with words, we'd never be able to fully express ourselves.
I just want you to think only of me and nothing else. That's why I reminded you of the caller and that they were being listened to.
Yeah, because it's super hot.
That's another one of my kinks. If you want to be with me, then you have to want to live too. Hey, Ichika. Be mine.
Still, I want him to take everything right now. I didn't want to let go of his hand. That was the only thing I was sure of. Giving in to inevitability and hope, I held his hand tightly.
And then our brother walked in.
Yeah, the clock passed 9 p.m.
I'm glad your little brother came home. I'll be back. He walked right in on us. That was a bit awkward, but no. He'll get over it eventually. Maybe some therapy.
We all
I'll be
need
back.
therapy
Let me know
now.
if you need anything.
Okay.
I'll go to the shop for some more condoms. We ran out.
As I watch Okazaki leave through the door, I desperately swallow my words.
See you.
Okazaki.
See ya.
It's late.
Farewell.
Please be careful on your way back.
Who do you think you're talking to? But thanks. See you later.
Farewell. Yeah.
Soraba.
Later. I'm sorry.
Well,
After
at least she got
Okazaki
that
left.
before she died.
Yeah. We were not a virgin anymore, at least. Yay!
Yeah.
After Okazaki left, I just stood there for a while. I didn't want to betray him like this. If he learned that I disappeared, he might lose himself. It would wound him pretty badly. More than the fear or anything else, I had to bite my tongue to stop myself from crying. Kazuki, do you have a moment? I took deep breaths to calm myself down and knocked on Kazuki's bedroom door.
Oh, right, I should probably tell my little brother also that I'm gonna die or join a terrorist organization. What?
Well,
Ugh, fucking sister was bothering me.
I wanted to talk to you.
Whatever. Did he go home?
Oh, Okazaki, yeah, he's gone.
I'm gonna need eye bleach for those images in my head. Hey, is he your boyfriend or are you just fucking a random guy?
I was startled by the unexpected question, but I invited him into my room, so that was a reasonable assumption. No, it is not! I've invited plenty of guys into my room just to hang out.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I think he's my boyfriend.
Why do you sound so unsure?
Everything just happened recently, so it still doesn't feel real to me.
I mean, I have a boyfriend too. It's not a big deal.
Yeah.
It's not my business anyway. That guy seems kind of shady, you know?
Kazuki seemed interested, even as he declared that it wasn't his business. He's a tsundere.
Pretty hot, though.
He
Nice
is kind of
ass.
troublesome in a lot of ways.
Wow, coming from you, that means he must be a real pain.
I love Kazuki so much.
Such a teenager. I've told you this before, but let me know before you bring him over next time.
Okay. Yeah, he's like, I don't want to see that.
So, what do you want to talk about?
My words caught in my throat. I felt like I'd cry if I lost my calm, but I couldn't let Kazuki notice. It's about what he wanted to do. Kazuki, you love music, right? I thought about it after speaking to Kazuki last time. Kazuki had dreams. He had passions that he wanted to pursue. When I put a little thought into it, it was clear what he wanted to do. It's true that we don't know what might happen tomorrow, so don't give up on your dreams, Kazuki. I'll be cheering for you, no matter what happens.
Are you
Kazuki
gonna die or something?
Oh no. Kazuki was silent for a while. Maybe he was frustrated because we hadn't had this talk sooner.
Why do you look like you're about to die? I mean, cry right now.
Huh?
Did you get into a fight with your boyfriend? Or is he one of those domestic violence jerks?
Oh my god, Kazuki, no. Okazaki would never do that. He's not that.
He only hurts me consensually.
Yeah. I'm a bit of a masochist, but that's a whole nother story.
I can explain it to you. No, don't. I don't want to hear it.
Yeah.
Fine, then. I'm your family. If he ever makes you cry, tell me. I'll kick his ass.
Oh my
good luck.
gosh.
But it's
Yeah,
sweet.
yeah. It's very sweet, but you would die, Kazuki.
Instantly.
You would be obliterated. I'm sorry. Kazuki.
Just say the word, I'll kiss his ass. What you mean, kick? No. You're pretty clueless about the music industry, aren't you? You don't grasp what my dream really is.
Yeah, you're right, but I want to know.
I want to be a producer for a boy band and exploit young men. Kind of pissed me off that you're saying this without knowing anything. But I'm honestly just happy to hear you say that you support me. I guess.
Yeah, I'll always be rooting for you. My heart trembled because my feelings got through, but the clock yanked me back to reality. I had to go. Sorry, Kazuki, I need to go now.
Now? Work again?
Yeah, it's an important job. I have to work hard, just like you can't give up on your dreams. I'll be going then. I felt like I was going to break into tears, so I quickly turned away from Kazuki. I hastily put on my shoes and went towards the door.
Sis.
Huh? I turned
Can you
around.
pick up some more toilet paper on your way back?
Yeah, just like right in the middle of this. I turned around. He hadn't called me that in a long time.
You're coming home, right?
Yeah.
In a body bag.
Oh no.
Good. Take care then.
Off I go. I pushed through the intense heartache and gave Kazuki the most brilliant smile I could manage.
The fuck are you doing? It's weird, stop that. The fuck is this? Sanjo. Oh, Mikuni. What's with the grim look? Zero ordered you to cause that mess in Shinjuku Garden. He did. You here to lecture me about it? You know we can't go against the mighty elder's orders. True. You're wanted by the police. It's only a matter of time before you get caught. Why bring this up now? Me getting arrested was all part of the countdown plan, wasn't it? You look dissatisfied. I don't want to make things... I don't want things to be done this way. You sure you want to say that? People can hear you. I don't care. I love you. Take me. Time has come for us to part ways. Besides, Sanjo, you're still scheming something, aren't you? I found traces of your communication with other enforcers. Yeah, you got me. You had him do the November incident, didn't you? That hacking whiz kid. I was doing him a favor out of gratitude. Well, it was a personal request. I see. In the past he would have been given a warning, but it really is too late to be interfering. We are beginning the evacuation. As long as it doesn't affect that, I don't mind. You're not planning on coming along, are you? Not like you're going to take me with you. I'll take my leave then. Everyone's going through some rough times. Why do they struggle so hard in a world that's so hard to live in? Well, whatever. Time to do my last job. Boom, boom, boom.
I went to the Adonis hideout as the voice from the caller directed. I'm not the one who will be hurt.
Well, physically.
Yeah. I stifled the mounting fear and moved forward one step at a time.
It's this building again.
Yeah. I haven't given up. Once I'm here, I'll meet the collarer. Even if we killed each other, I was fine with that. I'd cut the root of this disaster by my own hands.
Good lord.
I'd tear Adonis and liberate Shinjuku. My drive hasn't changed. When I convinced myself, my phone vibrated in my pocket.
There went my result.
I looked at the screen and gulped. Okazaki? Hello, what is it?
I forgot to tell you something. You're at home now, right? No.
Sure, yeah. I lied quickly. I got off the street, stepping quietly so that the background noises wouldn't be heard. Did you forget something here? You could come by tomorrow.
Hey, remember how I said that I wouldn't forgive you if you did? Well, I'm looking at you right now.
Yeah, he's like off to the side. Like, I can literally see you right now. You just lied to me.
You know that I'm always talking to you, right? Why did you lie?
It was obvious that there was naked anger in Okazaki's voice. Oh god. The blood drained from my face.
Naked, so.
I just left to go to the convenience store.
And another lie.
No.
Not that. Why are you trying to leave me? You're trying to get to the Adonis base on your own, aren't you?
How did he... What are you talking about? Why are you being like this? It's weird.
The base has been found and the raid got delayed. What? A weird sentence.
No, it's like he's saying like if the base has been found, the raid got delayed, and Adonis has started preparing to evacuate.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
The base has been found, the raid got delayed, and Adonis has started preparing to evacuate. The person who gave you that collar wouldn't just let you go. They would have contacted you somehow.
Yeah.
What did they say to you? Did they threaten to kill you if you didn't come, or...
It's no good. I can't trick him. I just have to hang up.
Did they say they'd kill you?
I love that he's standing there. He's still on the phone. He's like, did they say they'd kill me? And you just hear it both times. I'm sorry, but it's just a little funny to think about.
Yeah.
Okazaki. Also, I love Ichika's phone, especially the little, like, thing,
charm,
the charm on it of the police station mascot. It's very good. I turned around and he was standing right there.
Did you think I wouldn't see through your lies?
He is a pretty smart person, even though he acts like he isn't.
Yeah. I'm SP, and I'm pretty good at tailing people. I'd never miss all the small tales you showed.
Yeah, like this is pretty. Like even during the convo that we had before we lost our virginity, he was like stating, like he was showing that he knew what was up.
Yeah. I don't mean to brag, but I know far more about you than the collar does. Did you think you could get away?
No, this is...
It's what? Hey, do you even know how angry I am right now?
I could tell. He looks sterner than I'd ever seen him before. He looks like his eyes are about to bulge out of his sockets. He obviously figured everything out. I didn't know if assassins were lurking nearby. I have to throw him off somehow.
Good lord.
I'm a spy for Adonis. We are supposed to say I hate you now.
Oh my god.
I remember this because I'm like, it's such a stupid thing to say.
Your dick was so bad, I hate you now.
Yeah, I hate you now. Goodbye.
You're so bad in bed.
I hate you now, Okazaki. So I wanted to run from you, even if I had to break the promise to you, because I hate you that much. I'm sorry you had to come all this way, but please leave me alone.
Really? You really are stubborn and a terrible liar. You're also reckless and a huge idiot.
What?
I think I'll dump you instead. I'm really angry, and I like that. I must be an even bigger idiot to love you this much. Let's assume that you're telling the truth. Why do you look like you're about to cry then? It's tears of anger.
Yeah, it's tears of anger.
I love your smile. I can tell right away if it's fake or not. You can't play dumb with me. The caller probably made some demands using my life as a bargaining chip. That's the only explanation that makes sense.
No,
Enough, be quiet.
Aww.
Snapped her neck.
Aww. Good end.
So lovely.
A lovely story.
And then they died together.
Yeah. Womp womp. Okazaki. But yeah, like, I will say besides that one weird image that I couldn't help but laugh at even the second time I've seen it, all the CGs in this route are just so good. Like, some of the best CGs in my opinion. But yeah.
Felt like I was going to die. You left without saying a word and you decide to sacrifice yourself. Do you have any idea how much that hurt me? You really don't understand a thing. You have no idea what it would mean if I somehow lost you.
No, let me go, please.
Didn't I tell you to be quiet? Just listen to what I have to say. I'm not dying no matter what happens. You're not running from me no matter what. You're trying to break the promise way too early. It's waiting like a year at least.
Yeah.
Seems I have to treat you just like I do Minio. Oh my god.
Oh god, I never expected to hear words like that coming from Okazaki's mouth.
That's a domestic abuse guy after all.
I tried to search for a retort. There's no other way.
There's lots of options. Besides, you said that we tried to find a way together. Yet you lied and broke our promise. So now I'm going to break your neck.
No.
I'm more shocked than angry now. Sorry, I'm totally ruining this.
Yeah, no, it's fine. It's great.
Even if they said they'd kill me if you didn't obey, I'd just die if you sacrificed yourself. Don't you understand that? Give me a break already. You're going to make me hurt this much, then it'd be better to just die together.
Don't say things like that. I understand Dazai Osamu has done a lot for all this, but we're not doing it that way.
You're the last person who should be saying that. Ichika, don't run away from me, please. I promise you I won't die.
It's a weird thing to promise.
I won't ever die. I'll find the secret to immortality.
Heck yeah.
Forever. I won't let you die either. I won't let you be alone. If you refuse, I'll follow, even if it kills us.
It's time for us to become vampires.
Yeah, I was about to say the same thing. I'll find someone to turn me into a vampire. I probably won't change in the looks department. Already look like one.
Heck yeah. Why? That doesn't make sense.
You need to realize how desperate I am. If you don't get it, then I'll just have to laugh and let you go.
I don't want to lose you, Okazaki.
That's like the third lyric from Lose Yourself in like 5 minutes.
Yep.
That's something about like one shot and
oh my god.
Again? Like losing yourself and now this.
Yeah.
Yeah. And listen to me. Put your faith in me and not in that collar. You know the collar can kill you at any moment.
Yeah.
Please don't try to leave me.
How could I possibly say no when you put it like that?
Yeah, you can't. So you don't have to think about it anymore. I control your life now.
Oh, shoot.
Don't think. Head empty. Just stay with me. I'll protect you from anything no matter what.
Head empty, no thoughts. All you've done is call me stupid. Do you even have a plan?
Nope. Still better than following your Wow.
Wow,
Shots
dang.
fired.
But I made up my mind.
You're just a dumb woman. You should listen to your man.
No.
You're saying that while crying your eyes out? You're the one who told me that my death wish was just cowardice. It'll be alright. I'll protect us.
But the collar, they could be targeting you even now.
What would you do if I died here?
Huh?
Would you cry? If I died right in front of you, don't you think that you'd want to die too?
This is so
No, not
messed
really.
up. To be honest, I might come to that conclusion.
Good lord. You've known each other a couple of weeks.
Yeah, guys, it's okay. Guys, this is a little too much. Guys, you guys need to go to therapy.
Oh, to make games.
Yeah.
I think the enemy knows that too. Yet they demand that you come to their lair. If that wasn't possible, then they'd just kill us both. So let's go together. If it's a problem, only I need to die.
But there was no response from the caller. Maybe it meant that they didn't care if Okazaki came along.
You'd still go even if I tried to stop you, right?
Yes, it's not just about the deal. This is my problem too. The police could act. If I could infiltrate Adonis, then it could allow the police to make their assault.
That's what I thought. You were really hard-headed. This doesn't look like it'll be over unless we find wherever the color came from. And besides, I don't like watching the woman I love in this condition.
Is that how you view the problem here?
Yeah, I like to keep things simple. The only path is a head-on fight.
Okazaki was still hesitant. If Okazaki died because of me, the mere thought of it was still terrifying to me. But he tightly held my hand. It was colder than usual, and I was near tears. If I let go of his hand now, then he might really choose to die. All right, let's go. Charging headlong into danger. Woo!
Oh yeah, let's get killed.
Yep. The tunnels should be around here. This looks like the Hell Knight tunnels.
Yeah.
Like we come around a corner, we see a high school girl and some dude running away from this weird monster creature. Like, go the other way. We arrived at an underground tunnel that had been neglected for years. It opened into a construction site, but it was unclear what was supposed to have been built here. Perhaps it had been created as an underground passageway, or construction had stalled midway. It's dark. It leads to some underground city called the Mesh.
All those weird people everywhere.
Yeah.
I don't see anything that looks like a security system so far, but we don't know what's waiting for us.
Yes, let's proceed carefully. The sound of our footsteps echoed in the silent gloom.
We should keep checking our map for a red dot.
Yeah. I'm sure that the people... Oh, wait, no, that's you.
I'm sure that the people in Adonis have things they want to protect.
Okazaki murmured. I was surprised by the sudden remark, but when I saw his sad eyes, I understood. He was probably thinking of his lost comrade from 2 years ago.
We found the hideout because Tsukushima's family gave us intel about Adonis.
Huh?
This kid... Okay, never mind. So they'll be dead tomorrow.
Oh no!
To the mole. Yeah.
Yeah, oof.
If the fact that he was a spy hadn't been covered up, the investigation might have gone faster. That may be wishful thinking, though. But without the cover-up, maybe the number of victims would have been much smaller. Maybe you wouldn't have been collared.
Okazaki, who had seen the darkness of the police, had thought that much about it. Each little scandal piled on top of the other, one by one, until over time they became a towering cost.
I still think that the police are necessary, but if I want to survive, I know that I have to face this. This isn't just to protect you. I'm standing up to Adonis now to secure my own future.
Yeah. I mean, in a way, like, Adonis is the cost of all the mistakes the police had made. Like, it's literally the cost. This is the result of all the missteps. All the little missteps along the way has led to this catastrophe. Okay. Okazaki's future. I was overjoyed just to hear him speak of it as something he wanted. I've been thinking this for a while. Your colleague, Tsukushima, must have been an Adonis spy, but I think that he threw himself into harm's way to save you out of his own free will. I'm sure he actually wanted to protect you. Whatever his circumstances, the fact of the matter is that he chose to protect you. You made him feel that way. So, I don't believe that he regretted his decision.
Well, yeah, probably not until, he actually got a ton of stone on top of him and felt how much it hurt.
Yeah.
He probably regretted it then. Maybe you're right, if he was actually the man I knew. Thanks, Ichika.
Okazaki looked over with a small yet lonely smile. Oh, we're here! We trudged through the tunnel for a while until it opened into a clearing. Looking around, there were no signs of people, nor could I hear any sound. Nobody's here.
If their base was compromised, they might have already moved.
Adonis would likely have vacated the premises before the police could raid it. But if the owner of the collar said to come, then there should be somebody here. Thinking, I walked a few more steps. I heard a noise from the collar and tensed up in anticipation.
Are you okay?
Yes. The strange noise stopped, but there wasn't a voice either. What was that? Then I heard footsteps approaching from behind. Okazaki quickly spun around to shield me from whatever approached.
Sup, bitches. So, you both came all this way.
Sanjo!
I knew that you weren't some underling. You're free to come and go. Are you the leader? Nah, I'm not a big shot. I just showed up because the boss called me.
Boss?
The master of that girl's collar. You heard a voice from the collar every so often, yes? Person who runs Adonis. Who? Who knows? I've never seen the boss's face. We pawns just carry out our orders. Sorry, but I don't have the slightest idea why he collared you. That goes for the other attacks too. The others don't even know about this place and they have no way of knowing what the boss thinks. They were all invited to Adonis fairly recently. Civilians whose revenge was exploited.
The people who had committed the X-Day crimes were not originally terrorists, but Sanjo, who knew this place, held a position that had contact with the leaders of the group. Yet not even Sanjo had seen what their boss looked like. Just who could it be? I was lost in thought for a moment before I realized that Sanjo was staring at me.
The boss told me to bring him the girl. I was also to take out anyone who gets in the way.
Those words made my blood run cold. Okazaki swiftly moved his hand to his holster, ready to draw at any time.
But it'd be boring to play along. For the knight in shining armor who escorted his princess all this way, I'll give you a chance.
Eh? I didn't immediately understand what Sanjo was saying.
Wild card, bitches.
Yeah. Ayo.
Your boss can hear us through the collar. Doesn't your trail put you at risk? Oh shit, yeah, good you say so. I'll just follow his orders.
I'm following the orders, boss. Don't worry.
Wink.
Wink. Okazaki.
You shouldn't say wink if you're gonna.
I'm trying to confuse him. He doesn't know where I'm going.
Wild card, baby.
Okazaki asked the same question that I've been thinking. What he did, Sanjo just grinned with amusement.
I've got nothing to fear right now. I've jammed the collar's transmissions. It'll be good for at least 30 minutes. Though I'm dead if they find out I'm the one responsible. They've got microphones all over this place too, so
Wait, that's a huge risk to you. What do you want? Sanjo didn't stand to gain anything from this move.
I never had any interest in the future of this group or Japan. They can both go to hell for all I care. But if I was going to die anyway, I figured I might as well try fighting the so-called justice of the police. Okazaki, do you still believe in the justice that the police protect? I've never thought that the police were completely in the right to begin with. But there's one thing that's important to me. I can't lose it for my own sake. If Adonis tries to break it, then I'll have to destroy them. Simple as that. Oh, you've changed in the past few days. I like that new look on your face. Well, I'll have you play along anyway. To me, you police are the personification of Malice itself. Okazaki, I challenge you to a match. If you win, I'll take off the girl's collar. If I win, well, sorry, you gotta die. 1v1 me in Fortnite, bitch. Another contest. What is it this time?
At the Tilted
we'll
Towers.
See who's the quicker shot. See that clock? When the hand strikes 0, draw. Fine, I'll accept your challenge. Oh my god.
He's like, oh god, here we go.
Yeah.
Okazaki.
He's just fucking bored, isn't he?
Without thinking, I grabbed his arm and pulled him towards me. He placed his hand over mine and gave me a calm smile.
I'll be okay. I promised I wouldn't die, remember?
But when I saw Okazaki's honest eyes, I knew that there was no stopping him. Honestly, so I need to state this. So there's this visual novel, a BL visual novel called Omerta.
Wait 1 second. Did he say when the clock strikes 0?
Yeah.
That's not a thing.
Yeah, that's not a thing. Unless this is like one of those like 24-hour clocks. Yeah. Yeah. But there's this BL visual novel called Omerta, and which sadly still hasn't had like an official translation or anything. But one of the routes has like this guy who is the leader of, because it's all like mafia stuff, and the main character is like a really good like shooter and whatnot, like a assassin type character. But one of like the routes is this guy that leads this big what's it called? What's like the Chinese mafia called? Like there's a
triad.
Yeah, the like he runs like a big triad or whatever. And his big thing is that for some reason he seems immortal. And it's because, like, he has, like, a bunch of, like, doppelgangers and stuff. So, like, people think they kill him, but it just turns out it was just another doppelganger. And so it's just, like, it's constantly, like, oh, you think he's dead? Oh, he comes back because that wasn't the real him, actually.
Psych, bitches.
And it's so funny because even at the very end of the story, like, there's, like, this big climactic scene with, like, the main character and him, and he seems to die, and then it's, like, revealed that, nope, he's still alive. And I'm like, when is he actually here? When is it really him? Are we just always dealing with doppelgangers? Is he always, like, off to the side somewhere, like, watching?
Or did the real one die at some point, and did the doppelganger just pretend to be the real one?
Yeah, that's, like, a good question. I'm like, how do we know when we're dealing with the real man? It's so weird. It's, like, it's honestly, like, one of my favorite routes. I hope that game gets officially translated. When I saw Okazaki's...
Actually, we're all identical octuplets.
It's just they're all they're all clones. They all like have a hive mind.
Yeah.
When I saw Okazaki's honest eyes, I knew that there was no stopping him. But it didn't ease my anxiety at all. Dr. Doom's robot copies arguing over which one is the real Doom exactly.
I won't lose. If I can remove your collar, I'm gonna win.
He squeezed my hands and closed his eyes as if collecting himself. Then he slowly opened them again and took a step towards Sanjo. Oh, snap.
Face off.
Yo.
In this world, victors have the stronger beliefs. If you win, then your convictions are just.
Also, this is like that we're about to hit the moment that I always think about with this game.
People with the quickest reflex time have the best ideas. That's just logic. That's right. What I've been thinking, Sanjo. There are as many types of justice as there are people, but I think they're all basically similar. Everybody has something they want to protect. Whether it is that protects whatever it is that protects someone's precious thing, that becomes their form of justice.
Yeah, that's such a weird way to word it. No, that was such a weird way to word it.
The police has its dark secrets. They are the reason you fell into despair. People have been hurt because of the way the police have been protecting what's important, and they're just as to be questioned and changed. Also, I'm just talking, so you'll be distracted when the clock strikes. I've actually already fired my gun, but you didn't even know.
Yeah, like 20 minutes ago. Oh, the blood just drops dead right then.
Justice isn't about mortality or regulations. If I lose what's important to me because I'm bound by such notions, then I don't need them. I don't disagree with your way of thinking. As you say, defining it will be a load of crap. Let's not sweat the details then. Whoever wins, no hard feelings. I mean, the other's gonna be dead, so...
Yeah.
Let's have a fair fight. Yeah, Pond.
Yeah, just waiting for the bullet to circle the earth and get there in time to hit right at the right moment.
I threw that shit before I walked in the room.
I knew you were going to challenge me to this duel, so I made sure to shoot, and it'll come right back around. Can you imagine if, like, in this route, like, he's like, before they entered the room, he's like, wait, hold on, Ichika, I need to do something, and he turns around and just shoots, and she's like, why did you do that? And he's like, you'll see in a little bit. And then they're standing here, and then the bullet comes around, and
it accidentally hits her.
Oh no! I messed up. I aimed wrong.
Guess I'll have to die now.
Yeah, and they both fell quiet as in the chamber. The only audible sound was the clock ticking.
Yeah, you just shoot him.
Yeah, if need be, I can also. I stood on complete edge, ready to draw my weapon if needed.
Oh yeah, Mexican standoff.
Yep, then the second hand clicked.
Draw!
This is such an anime moment. There were two gunshots.
Who shot first?
I thought my heart would burst, but when I opened my eyes, I knew what had happened.
You've got skills, kid. Maybe this all would have been easier if you were on our side. Also, how am I gonna remove this collar now that you've shot me?
Yeah, that is true.
Oh my god, is it saying this?
This is it!
Oh my god.
I've never forgotten about this. I've never forgotten about this. I literally have a screenshot on my computer of this because after I played this, I went back, found a YouTube video, took a screenshot just of the scene and was like, look at what he freaking said here. I have never forgotten it. I have never forgotten about it. Oh my gosh.
Oh my god. Thanks, but you take the L here, bro.
I can't believe someone put this in there.
Take the L, bro. You gotta take the L.
Oh my gosh. I've been waiting for this moment this entire time. The entire time we've been playing this route, I was like, this is coming up. I can't wait.
I'm gonna riz up my bay in the meantime.
I'd seen Sajo's gun had been knocked from his hand. Simultaneously, Okazaki dropped to his knees. Okazaki! I ran in to support him by the arm and saw that he was bleeding through his shirt. You need medical attention.
Haha, it's okay. I've inoculated with 2 bullet wounds. Been microdosing them for 20 years.
No, I took a handkerchief from my pocket and used it to bind Okazaki's wound. Can you imagine if there was like a way, like, just like with poison or something, you could just like, if you get shot enough, you just become impervious to bullets.
Start with the smallest caliber and work your way up.
Yeah. I took
Start with BB gun. And then move up to air rifle.
And at some point you could be shot by like a full-on like shotgun and you're fine. I took a handkerchief from my pocket and used it to bind Okazaki's wound. I was relieved to see that the bullet had just grazed him, as he claimed.
So, why didn't you shoot me? Because I need you to remove the collar, you idiot.
Yeah.
That wasn't the terms of our contest. I've only taken your weapon from you. And what would you do if I was carrying another piece on me? Then I'd shoot you again, you idiot. It was a contest, not a fight to the death. You didn't seem like you pull any dirty tricks. You're so childish it makes me want to puke, says the guy who just, settled this with a contest. But
yeah.
It might cost you whatever's so precious to you. No need to worry there. If you attacked me outside the rules of the contest, I'd kill you without batting an eye. How absurd.
Just as I felt relieved, another strange sound came from the collar.
Looks like it's back online. That elder works fast. But you made it in time.
Sanjo flashed a bold grin and took a small device out of his breast pocket.
Beep. Sanjo, what do you think you're doing? I just had an idea. Unilateral action will not be tolerated. Step out of line again and you'll be eliminated. Ah, shut up already. Damn it, I'm rusty.
I felt a flash of pain in my neck and suddenly grabbed a hold of Okazaki's sleeve.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
What's wrong? I mean, he could hear that you were taking it off, so yeah, of course he's gonna activate it.
What?
Sanjo, what did you do? Calm down, she didn't get the shot. The girl's free now. Huh. Okay.
Hey! We're free!
He just disappeared.
Yep. Metallic ring fell to my feet. I felt a cool sensation around my neck as air passed over it once again. Slowly I realized that the collar that had bound me was lying on the ground.
Well, it smelled real bad.
Yeah, it probably would smell horrible after that. It's off.
Skin will be like so red and itchy as well.
Yeah, well, the skin might even have like an infection or something with that like on there all that time without it getting any air. You may have to go to a hospital and get that treated.
Get some lotion at least.
Yeah.
Ichika.
Leaning on Okazaki for support, I touched my neck.
Now your life isn't in jeopardy, thank goodness. Let's get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. My eyes felt warm as I looked at him. He looked even closer to tears than I felt. Now we can live together. Realizing that made me unspeakably happy.
And Sanjo shoots them both.
Yeah.
Wild card, baby!
Wild card!
Let's pull back for now. You're free of the collar, so we should recoup.
I picked up the collar and took a moment. Yeah, no collar, just Malice.
She picks it up and the needle comes out and pokes on her finger.
Yeah.
That'd be
It's
so
like, ooh. Well, wah, wong. What if there was like a choice, like pick it up like this or pick it up like that, and you pick it up the wrong way, and it's like,
it's like a D&D moment. How exactly do you pick it up?
Yeah. Roll the dice.
Does it matter? Yeah. Describe to me in detail where you place your fingers.
I picked up the collar and took a moment to compose myself. You're right. But what if the cause of this entire tragedy is just up ahead?
Don't lose your cool now. We've defanged them. They can't maintain a stalemate now that they've lost you.
Yeah.
Sorry to rain on your happy ending, but real life doesn't work that way. The collar is just a decoy. There's a chip planted in your brain.
Okazaki raised his gun at Sanjo.
We're not at a disadvantage anymore. You better not try anything. Told you, didn't I? All I wanted was destruction.
The next instant. Oh, Zap.
Wild card, bitches.
He really is a wild card. You can't predict what this man is gonna do next. We were rocked by thunderous shaking and noise. Okazaki picked me up before I could even react.
Here we go again. Sorry to drag you into this. Do your best to survive. See you later.
Sancho, you!
Wild card, bitches. My wish is to die here. Don't try to stop me. Or you might unlock a new romance route.
No, Sam.
Why the hesitation? You should get out of here, kid. You really have changed. I don't need your sympathy. I don't have anything precious to me like you do. I've already lost that. I was the same, but I reclaimed that thanks to her. You just need to get laid.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it, but I don't have what it takes to wait for that hope to arrive. I'm like super old already. I'm like 32. So
yeah, so there's no life ahead
life
of
is
me.
basically over already anyway. You got lucky, kid. Take care of yourself for both of us. Talk
Oof.
too long, the whole thing collapses.
Yeah. As Sanjo said that a large mass of rubble collapsed between him and us.
Well, that's lucky.
Yeah.
That's between them.
Yeah.
Sanjo, I love you.
Oh no! The love, the romance, the star-crossed lovers. You hate to see it.
The harem keeps expanding.
Heck yeah. Okazaki, let's go. Yeah, we have like a whole, like, it's like this whole diagram between me, Okazaki, Yanagi, Sazasuka, Mineo, Shirashi,
Yoshinari.
yeah, Yoshinari, and now Sanjo. It's a whole thing. You have to live. I looked straight into his eyes and said it. He was silent for a moment, and then he nodded.
Imagine if he jumped in to like save Sanjo.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah, like, wow. What an ending.
Well, it's all my chances to sacrifice myself anyway, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna live with you. That's all I have. Run! Run!
Yeah,
Stop
let's
talking
go.
and run!
We can
Do this
talk while we're
outside.
running. Yeah, we can talk while running or
Walk and
outside.
talk, walk and talk.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to live with you. That's all I have in my future. That's all I am. I'm just an extension of you.
No.
I've decided that I won't waver anymore in order to secure it.
We're wavering right now. Let's go. Yeah, okay.
Yep.
Let's go. Run.
Uh-oh. Our path's been blocked. Well, guess we die here.
What about another exit?
I figure a terrorist hideout would need plenty of exit points. Let's find one.
Okay.
So we're definitely breathing in a lot of dust. We're gonna die.
Yep.
You're gonna get the black lung. Sir! What? What happened inside?
We all have some faint readings, but it appears that there was probably an explosion of some kind.
Ugh. Yanagi, we finished deploying. Any contact from Hoshino? Not yet. She's definitely somewhere inside based on her GPS location. I've increased the personnel on site, but I wonder how many more we can catch without any trouble. The operation is set to begin at dawn. No offense to Hoshino and Okazaki, but we can't afford to wait any longer. No, I'm sure they'll give us an opening. Please delay as long as possible, Morioka.
Hey.
Chapter 5, nope.
We
It's the last chapter anyway.
Yeah. We desperately ran through the labyrinth tunnels. The sounds around us gradually faded before long, as did the tremors. Deeper and deeper we went until we found a door. After checking that there were no other paths, Okazaki and I went through the door.
The fuck?
Yeah, we saw this for like a second during one of the Adonis side stories. Beyond it was a chamber that seemed like a church. It had
Fucking cold.
Yeah, it had a completely different atmosphere than anywhere else we'd been in the complex. It was serene and holy, almost unnaturally quiet.
Someone's here. Get behind me.
Oh, snap.
Desecrating Adonis' holy ground? You must be rather ill-bred intruders. Hello.
Ignore the fact that I'm saving right now.
Quick time event.
I had seen his face somewhere before.
Rei Mikuni?
We saw him at the very beginning of the game. There was like a whole broadcast on TV about like the previous prime minister and like his son, and this is the son.
I see.
I recalled the man once Okazaki said his name. Rei Mikuni was a young politician and the son of the current prime minister.
Cool.
What's someone like you doing here? Is he part of Adonis?
Are you the boss that Sanjo told us about? I'm not, but Adonis is my life's work. I'm dismayed it is being trampled now. Rank and file may have escaped, but to think you'd take down Sanjo. And now you're trying to destroy our base. Very well then. You've earned a meeting with the root of all this.
Mikuni smiled thinly and looked at me. The cause of all this?
Multiple hostiles, 5 no, 6. Ichika, whatever you do, don't move. So you have a rather competent SP escort. You've rather grown in stature, haven't you, rookie officer Ichika Hoshino?
Who are you? How do you know about me?
Oh, I'm not obliged to answer that question. You've thrown everything into disarray. My ideals, my future, they've all been crushed thanks to you. Pew, pew, pew.
Suddenly, Okazaki grabbed me and dove under a chair for cover. Okazaki!
It's alright, I'm not hit.
I examined...
They suck.
They suck at aiming. I examined his body in a panic frenzy, but he was unarmed just as he said.
They had like 5 minutes to take aim and they still missed.
He's like, you need to get better people. They've got so many people.
We won't get out unless we're ready to kill them. Sorry, there's no way around it.
We're facing...
You think I care? Fucking
yeah, we're facing terrorists. I'm prepared to drop my sentiments in this case, but how?
This is a blind spot, so we'll have to move slowly, separate them and pick them off one by one.
Then, let me do it.
No.
Okazaki, we promised we'd find a way to live together. There's no meaning in surviving alone. We're going to survive together. I'm a pretty good marksman, at least. I won't get in your way. Yep. We finally get it.
Fine, but do everything I say.
Yes.
You're not allowed to do this on your own merits.
I carved every word he said into my memory, so I wouldn't miss any of his orders. I heard multiple sets of footsteps approaching.
Are you finished talking? If you agree to hand her over, we'll at least spare you, agent of the SP. You already know he's not gonna do that.
Yeah.
I prefer to avoid unnecessary bloodshed.
I like that they actually put him, like, his sprite, like, in the back like this. Yeah, it's a really nice screen. I like the fact that they actually did that aspect. Though, I feel like it's a little... The proportion is a little off, but it still works pretty well.
Yeah, he's huge.
Yeah. As Kuni's voice reverberated through the church, Okazaki gave me an uneasy look. I returned it with a bitter smile. Please don't make that look. I won't sacrifice myself.
Okay, let's go.
Battle couple, let's go. We tightly held hands one last time and then let go. Okay, hopefully I don't miss. I believe in the dream. Then we drew our weapons.
Northeast 45 degrees, 3 seconds. Northwest 15 degrees, 2 seconds.
While giving simple commands to follow that we'd worked out in advance to not give our plan away to the enemy, Okazaki took the hostiles down. When only one person besides Mikuni remained. Oh god, here we go.
Pew, pew, pew. I won't let you. Nani?
Okazaki didn't miss Mikuni's small movement and pulled the trigger without hesitation.
Good.
Mikuni fell to his knees. Once he confirmed that he'd scored a solid hit, Okazaki rushed in. He seized a device that Mikuni had been trying to operate and handcuffed the suspect.
Rei Mikuni, you're under arrest for insurrection. We don't have time to waste, so tell us where the exit is. Can you hear me, Zero?
Mikuni didn't answer Okazaki's question, muttering something instead.
Hurry up. This place is coming down quick. You'll live if you get medical treatment. Zero, please. Escape. You're my favorite Mega Man character. I will surely hurt.
I'm contacting Yanagi to tell him it's too dangerous to assault and that we have one wound. There was another thunderous sound. For just an instant, it stunned both myself and Okazaki. Okazaki! Mikuni drew a gun from a breast pocket, pointed at Okazaki, and pulled the trigger.
Of course. Uh-huh.
It all happened in a few seconds. My body felt hot.
Shoot him. Ichika!
I heard him scream.
Oh. It can't be.
Did I miss? I don't remember. Soft arms had circled and embraced me. I knew this warmth. It had enveloped me many times before. They were the arms of the man I loved.
Why didn't you develop immunity to bullets like I did? Why did you take the bullet for me? Not again, I...
The man I loved looked like he was in pain. I didn't mean to make him feel that way. I'm sorry. I struggled to move my lips. My voice was cracked.
No, it's okay. You'll be okay. We're getting out of here.
He kept repeating okay as if he was trying to convince himself. I tried my best to smile, hoping that it would make him feel better. But I wasn't able to smile that well. Yes, I'll be fine. I won't die and leave you behind, but please, on the off chance that I don't survive.
No, I don't want to hear it. Let's go.
Okazaki, I want you to live a good life.
I said stop, be quiet. Stop saying whatever you please.
Don't give up on living. Have hope for the future.
I won't forgive you, you hear me? If you die, I won't forgive you.
Okay, I said I wasn't gonna die. I was just thinking about the possibility.
I won't let you. I'll protect you this time. I absolutely will.
Okazaki. While searching the body of the barely alive Mikuni, Okazaki found something.
Got it, the sketch of the compound. Just hang on.
In an instant, he picked me up and started running. Wee. As my consciousness faded, I could tell that Okazaki was running through the rubble while carrying me. I don't want to make him look like that. I didn't want him to suffer. I absolutely had to hang on. I had to live for his sake. Just as I swore that to myself, my consciousness began to fade into a wash of white light.
Don't go to the light.
Yep.
Zero, can you hear me? You left me unread. This place is finished. Please escape on your own. Nah. You've been a fool, Ray. As long as you live, the rebirth of Japan may still come, even if it doesn't crumbles. You still understand nothing. Even in the end, you never understood the meaning of rebirth, or the reason for Adonis' existence. Also, is he wearing a police uniform under that? The dream that we shared 10 years ago. This nation must be reborn.
Yeah, that's a really good detail, actually. That's easy to miss. Yeah. But yeah, he is wearing a police uniform.
I knew it. Yeah, that's right. It wouldn't be possible if not for you. Zero, why do you look so sad? If Adonis falls, it can be revived infinitely. As long as Malice runs wild, rebirth will come. Yes, thank goodness. You truly are a fool.
When I opened my eyes, I wasn't immediately sure where I was. Just like that's the end of the route. That's all we get.
No resolution yet.
I heard heavy running footsteps and unabashed bellowing. Before long, I began to hear birds, and I realized that we had managed to safely escape from the tunnel. The area was lit by a dim light as the morning... Yeah, we're in the afterlife now. As the morning glow set in.
First aid is coming. Just hang in there a little longer. Second aid will be short behind.
Okazaki's voice should have been right next to me, but it felt so far away. With a weak hand, I tugged his sleeve.
Yeah, she doesn't look so healthy.
Yeah. Okazaki, I have something that I need to tell you.
I don't want to hear it. Tell me once it's over. It still isn't over. You can't tell me until you get better, okay?
But I want you to know now.
No.
Okay.
No, I'm begging you, don't say it.
I nodded weakly, and then I proceeded to move my lips. I love you. I've always loved you.
Ichika.
They were the words that I'd always wanted to say. Did he hear my words? Maybe Okazaki had misunderstood why I needed to say them. I didn't speak those words because I thought I didn't have time left. I told him now because then it would give me the strength to hold on. The strength to live, to smile by his side, and to yearn for future days that we could spend together. So don't cry. My mind drifted off before I could even say the words.
Wait, so that is the end?
Yeah, I guess now we're at the credits. We'll have like an after story. It'll be after the credits, I'm pretty sure.
I wasn't far off then, yeah.
Yeah. And once we hit the very, very end, I'm going to explain some of the stuff. And
yeah, I was wondering like what about Zero, but of course that's for the true route.
Yeah, you literally don't learn anything unless you get to Yanagi's route.
It's such a weird design.
Yeah, and it's also, I couldn't explain who my absolute favorite character was without spoiling.
Because it's Zero.
Yeah, because it's Zero. And so I couldn't say who it was because then it would give away who the character is.
I wonder if it's who I guessed at the start, but I don't know.
Who did you guess?
The blonde police guy.
We'll see. I want to wait till after the...
To be fair, it's mostly because you said at the start, don't look him up.
Yeah, I did.
If you hadn't said that, I would never have.
Yeah, well, because you started looking him up because we missed it. Like, we accidentally, like, went past, like, his, like, introduction, so you said you were going to look him up. And I was like, no! Yeah. You were like, so I was like, you can't look him up, he'll reveal everything. And then after I said it, I realized that I was not smooth at all. But...
That's okay.
Yeah, it was Saiki. Really yeah. It's Saiki, he's Zero. Saiki's Zero.
I mean, in our the route that we played, it didn't really come up.
Yeah,
anyway, so.
Yeah. But yeah, Saiki is the main bad guy, and also my favorite character. he basically has a very similar plot to Goro Akechi in Persona 5, where like he was a bastard child and that led him to like have kind of a messed up life, and now he's kind of obsessed with trying to get rid of all the sorrow in the world and all that stuff. So that's why he started Adonis, and like his dad is the prime minister. It's basically like, yeah, he's like the half brother of.
They're half brothers.
Yeah, yeah, yep. And he's a bastard child and like all that stuff, and so basically, it's very, very, very similar plot and character to Goro Akechi. So of course he's my favorite character. The operation, the operation to neutralize Adonis succeeded, and the police were publicly praised for their work. And basically, as I said, there isn't like really a full route for him, but in like the sequel, like the sort of sequel that was released for Caller X Malice, there is like a side story you can play if you do Yanagi's after story. That like takes place in an alternate universe where Ichika does join Adonis. And
wait, does this mean he heard her say that she doesn't have male friend?
He's like, "What, am I a joke to you, Ichika? I thought we were Tomodachis."
Get wrecked.
Get wrecked, bro. But yeah, like, so he technically has a route with her, but not really. It's like,
not in this game.
well, like he doesn't, his route even in the sequel isn't really a romance route. It's like a bit more complicated than that. Yeah, it's more like a story route, and like the relationship is just very complicated. Like the narrative doesn't like basically it's even stated in the route that like Saiki and Ichika consider each other as like the relationship goes beyond terms like friendship or romance. It's like something different than all of that. And I think that combined with like all the other story elements makes their relationship probably the most interesting out of all of them. Like, just within this game, you already see hints of that, but then playing the route, it's even more prominent. And honestly, like the end of the route with him in the sequel, like legitimately made me cry, because it's probably one of the most emotional and powerful scenes in like the entire both games. And I feel like on the one hand, it's like, yeah, I would have loved to have an actual romance route with him. But I feel like because it wasn't a romance route, like they actually had to work harder with the writing than they would have if they just, you know, went the romance route. And I think that made it more powerful in a sense. So I'm like torn. On the one hand, I would have loved a romance route. But on the other hand, like it's probably because it wasn't a romance route that it's such a powerful connection between the two. But yeah, the operation to neutralize Adonis succeeded, and the police were publicly praised for their work. X-Day did not occur on January 1st, and as of now, no attack from Adonis remnants has occurred. Of course, numerous issues still remained. While the operation was publicly billed as a success, it had resulted in many deaths. Criminals wearing collars had been discovered within the Adonis base, and many more such individuals were discovered living all across Japan. The police had all hands on the investigation. While all of the previous X-Day crimes had yet to be solved, Adonis's base was destroyed, and the death of its supposed leader, Rei Mikuni, was confirmed. But yeah, like, so the whole point of Adonis was, like, basically, Saiki's whole, like, philosophy is that the reason crime and suffering happens, it's kind of like Buddhist philosophy, that the reason suffering happens is because of wants and desires and all that. And so, like, if you cleanse that, then you get rid of all suffering. And so he was coming up with this whole, like, thing where, like, you would cause like Malice to escalate to such a degree that it would literally wipe the whole board. Like that was the real, like the official statement was for Adonis to become basically like the new police, but that's not actually what Adonis was there for. It was to literally wipe humanity. But yeah.
All right.
Yeah. There are believed to be remnants of Adonis still at large due to the scale of the organization, but these details were kept from public. The police claimed it was to avoid a panic, but it was obvious that the police did not want to damage the image that they'd finally restored. The government announced that the quarantine of Shinjuku would soon be lifted, so long as no new terrorist attacks occurred. The unease among Shinjuku citizens after being cooped up for so long would not easily disappear, but it was undoubtedly a first step forward for the police and the people of Shinjuku. Then...
Damn, the pit of my stomach sank when I heard you'd been taken to hospital. I'm shocked you lived after charging in there without a plan. Idiots really don't give a damn.
Although I'd managed to escape with my life, I was hospitalized for quite a long time. Yesterday was the first time that visitors had been allowed, and many people had come to visit. Today, Yanagi's team paid me a visit.
How are your wounds?
The stitches still hurt, but they'll be removed soon. I'm okay.
I see. Hopefully you won't have too many scars.
Yes, it's not like I'm always wearing swimsuits or anything, so even if there are a few scars, it should be alright.
Swimsuit? Oh my god. Blows blood out of his nose.
Yeah.
Flies off through the window. That big of a reaction. Are you a third grader? Oh, generous, I would have said.
Yeah.
No, I'm not, man. So, what was that about swimsuits? He's doubling down, this fool.
Oh my gosh.
This is a hospital, you two. Keep it down.
I couldn't help but smile as I watched their petty fighting, but I couldn't stop thinking about him. How's Okazaki? When I asked, the trio suddenly stopped talking and fell silent. I haven't seen him yet, actually. It turns out he gave all your blood to you. He gave all his blood to her.
All of it. All his organs.
It had been 8 days since I was admitted. At least
In fact,
he lives
we just had your
inside
brain
you.
transplanted in his body.
Yeah. He lives inside of you now.
Oh no.
I heard that he had been by my side the entire time while I'd been unconscious, but I hadn't seen his face once since I'd woken up. I tried asking Yoshinari when he visited, but he just avoided the question. And now Yanagi's team was looking troubled for some reason. Don't tell me he's in the hospital because of his wounds too.
Nah, that's not it. He's immune to bullet wounds.
He's been training all this time.
How sprightly he is. Yeah.
He's been shot at so many times, he's now impervious. So is he being reprimanded for violating his orders?
No worries there either. All was forgiven for his work in exposing Adonis.
Then why? Why hasn't he come to visit me?
He's pissed off. Don't see that every day.
Eh?
Why don't you try texting him? He might be more honest there than in person.
Oh, okay.
That way you can look on your screen and see what he says.
Yeah. Yeah, being like a gossip group. I took out my phone and typed out a text message to Okazaki. I've mostly recovered from my wounds. Okazaki, are you angry at me? He replied immediately. That's like the equivalent of being like, are you angry at me? And someone sent you like angry gif.
Yeah.
I could feel everyone's eyes on me, curious about his reply, so I looked up. He's angry, probably. Inamoto peeked at my phone and whistled. Yanagi also gave me a soft wry smile.
Sounds like him.
I've never seen him use this emoji before. What should I do?
It's over. Forget about him. Well, you're not the only one he's mad at. Men are complicated. Just give him some time.
You know, I've always heard it in these games, like, oh, you know, women are complicated.
Yeah.
This is like the first time I've ever heard a character be like, men are complicated.
Yeah. And it's another man, too.
Yeah. Yanagi is
even
with the
that guy
girls.
gets emotional. Yeah. Women are simple. I know, right? Didn't expect that. I guess words just slid off that guy. I guess Hoshino's the exception. He's surprisingly emotional and hard to handle.
Then
I
a
know,
knock
it was
on the
my
door
ex.
caused us all to pause and turn around. Yeah, he's like, I used to date him, so I know pretty well.
I can hear everything you're saying.
They did that on purpose. They were like, yeah, we know.
Yeah.
We were saying that so that you would have to come out eventually. Okazaki. Okazaki was standing there with a slightly sulky expression. Yeah, see,
Everyone except
Sasuke is like,
Minamoto.
yeah, Minamoto was just, Mineo was just saying that.
Took your sweet time. Alright, let's clear out pests. We're leaving.
Clear out, squad.
Enjoy your time together, kids. I don't want to hear that from you.
Yeah.
Take care of yourself, Hoshino.
Autobots, roll out. Thank you for coming. Nanny's group left in a hurry. The room was suddenly quiet, and the two of us were alone.
I'm angry.
He's angry. I didn't know where to begin. Okazaki didn't say anything either, so the awkward silence just stretched on.
Have a Snickers.
You're not yourself when you're hungry.
Can I sit here?
No. Yes, go ahead.
Okay. No, fuck off. I don't want to see you ever again.
Once my anxiety lessened, I opened my mouth. I'm sorry for making you worry. The prognosis looks good, so I'll be discharged in another 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Are you okay, Okazaki? You sound...
Yeah.
Speaking of which, there are still a lot of Adonis members still at large, aren't there? I think the police are going to make sure that the same thing doesn't happen again. I hear they keep finding more criminals with collars.
Yeah. I knew it. I knew it.
No matter what I said, I got a monosyllabic reply from Okazaki. I'll work harder than ever once I'm out of here, even if the quarantine is lifted. The people of Shinjuku still need plenty of help. I finally stopped talking and very timidly peeked at Okazaki's face. Okazaki, are you angry?
Yeah.
He nodded, expressionless. I could tell he was seriously upset.
Do you know why I'm angry?
The reason that Okazaki was angry, I could only think of one explanation. Because I pushed myself too far?
Yeah.
He just starts playing like a clip of him saying yeah, so he doesn't even have to say it. He's like, I recorded myself just
Makes
for
a
this.
soundboard of himself, yeah.
I'm sorry, I lost myself in the moment, and when I thought you were in danger, my body just moved on its own.
Yeah.
He's like, oh shoot, I'm sorry, I accidentally pressed the button. Silent again, Okazaki looked at his own hand.
His own massive young.
Then he slowly raised his head and sighed quietly.
Yeah. Sorry. I felt like my heart.
Oh no, I knew you were gonna say it. I was like, I'm waiting for him to just say it.
The last thing I wanted was for you to die while protecting me. It's supposed to be the other way around. I said I didn't want to hear it, but you just kept talking like you were saying your last words, and I couldn't forgive myself for not protecting you. No, that's the real reason I'm angry. I'm mad at myself. Mad enough to kill someone.
Okazaki.
Like
And takes out a knife,
or
stabs.
me. Jumps out the window.
Oh no, Okazaki! My chest tightened in
told
response to the pain I heard in his voice and saw in his eyes. I placed my hand over his. I'm alive. I'm here with you. From now on, there's so much that we could do together. Thank you so much. I thanked him, smiling. Okazaki looked up, tears in his eyes.
Yeah.
So good. Gomenne.
I'm sorry for talking down to you. I was hurt and scared. Thank you for protecting me.
Not at all. It made me happy. I smiled without thinking, and Okazaki's expression turned grim again.
Happy?
Back then, when you chose to rely on me and find a way that we could both live together, that made me so, so happy.
If it meant you would die, then that was putting the cart way before the horse. Don't ever pull a stunt like that again. If you do, I actually will die.
Okay, I'll remember. Is there anything else?
I'll kill myself.
No!
Great foundation.
Yeah, very, very good. Very healthy dynamics here. Is there anything else I can do to help cheer you up? I'll do whatever I can.
Well, let me feel for myself that you're actually alive.
What?
Especially here.
Before I could answer, Okazaki's face closed in on my neck. I felt soft lips on my skin. No. Okazaki, this is a sick room, so take it easy.
Also, you pull my stitches open.
Yeah. No, okay. Don't be like this. Don't be like this.
I'll put you in a nice little cage.
No, the reason I literally... So, here's the thing. Like, I get that he's just saying this and he's not actually gonna do it, but there are routes in Ultimate games where this actually happens.
Yeah.
Where there's a guy that's this crazy and locks you up. I don't want this. I don't want this. Too far. You're taking it too far. There's like a route in there's like a game called Amnesia, an Ultimate game, and one of the routes literally has one of the routes literally has a guy that like puts you in a cage and all that stuff, and I'm like,
really fucked up. I think I came in on that scene like with no context. It was very weird.
Yeah, that's
I'll watch you 24/7 then.
I don't think you should neglect your job.
Want to live together then?
I have a little brother. No!
You're not making this easy at all.
I giggled. He was so cute when he pouted. I can't grant all your wishes right away, but you can't be sure they'll happen in time, because I belong to you. When I said that clearly, yeah. Okazaki, who had been taking care not to aggravate my rubes, tightly squeezed my hand. I felt indescribably happy and also slightly frustrated. Just this once, I ignored the pain of my injuries and put my hands around his neck. Hi, Owen. Welcome to the stream.
Hello.
How's it going? I love ya. We got the man.
Just in time for the end of the stream again.
Yeah.
Ichigo.
I ambushed him with a kiss, and I felt his surprise. Between kisses, I whispered, "You did it first!" This is what you get for always swinging me around. I thought I could get away with this much. I'm not going anywhere, and I'm not dying. I don't want to lose you either. To keep you, I'll do anything. I'd rather not be locked up, though.
Surprise attacks are cheating.
Feel better now?
Yeah. Not yet. You can't try and get off this easily. I won't feel better unless you kiss me more.
Well then, as many times until you cheer up. After all, I love your smile.
That's my line. I love it the most when you're laughing.
My heart filled with warmth when you finally smiled for me. It's a deal then.
Although don't make me laugh, because still my stitches will go up.
Yeah. Bad time to laugh right now.
I can't win. Then today you gotta listen to all my demands.
Of course.
No going off on your own to do something crazy. No being vulnerable. What? What's this? That's very strange.
Yeah.
Same goes for Yoshinari too, okay? Also, send me good morning, good night texts every day. I'll reply back too. And
we were chatting again. It felt nostalgic somehow. You have that little faith in me.
yeah.
Yeah. He came out and said it directly. I love that each time you're even saying it the exact same way, too. Like, you have... It's so good.
But you're honest, try your best, work desperately for the sake of others. I love that I can't take my eyes off you, so there's no helping it.
Yep, you should just give up.
Yeah. Don't let this get to your head. This is going to be tough.
We talked and laughed together. Our lips met again.
I love you.
I love you too.
I love you so much that I don't even want to think about the times when we're apart.
Okay. I also love you more than anyone in the world.
That's it.
Okay.
Lol.
Lol. No,
Until
you.
the day I feel safe. Never let go of me, okay?
Meaning?
Until I die, of course. Until we're a little old grandpa and grandma.
Aww.
I'll never let you go, so you should give up too.
I'll accept your terms. We whispered our feelings to each other and kissed each other over and over.
And then they had lots of sex.
Heck yeah. We left each other and clashed with each other. I overcame my feelings and fell in love with him. He protected me and I wanted to protect him. My wish was to live with him and face the future together, no matter what it brought. I savored my happiness wrapped in the warmth of the person I treasured most of all. Yeah. Yeah, it's so stupid. Yeah.
Whoa. And then they both got shot.
Nah, that was saying like we got one done. Yeah. They're a-holes, yeah. But yeah, so we did it. Woo! Yay! Caller X Malice done. Wahoo!
Yeah.
Yeah. The way that you're able to say it exactly the same each time is like amazing to me. Oh boy. But yeah,
Alright.
we've done it.
That was fun.
Yeah. Next time we could probably do something non-visual novel-y and then move on to another
Risk of
visual
Rain,
novel.
maybe.
Yeah, maybe Risk of Rain. I'm always up for more Risk of Rain. Yeah. And I'm thinking probably to do the letter since Azure got that for me recently, unless we want to do another long form game that isn't a VN.
Well, I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
Whatever you want to play. I'll probably
Yeah. Heck yeah. No worries. And heck yeah, Pawn, I'm glad you enjoyed it. Yeah, Caller X Malice is definitely still one of my favorite Otome games of all time. It's a good time. And like I would say probably this and Code Realize and Hakuoki, like those are some of my and Pio Fiore. Those are some of my favorite like Japanese Otome games. They're good stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. I hope you enjoyed it as well, Rolf.
Yeah, it was fun.
Heck yeah. But yeah, it is sad that a lot of the secrets don't get revealed until the true route, but
We play it through like 6 times.
yeah, you have to play it through so many times to get the answer. Oh, that's the intro. I didn't mean to. There we go. I'm gonna just pause the emulation. But
I'll be heading off then.
yeah, thanks for hanging out as always, Rolf. We'll probably play some Risky of Rains next time, which I'm excited
Risky
for.
Rain.
Risky Rain. Yeah, I'll see you next
Alright.
time. Get some rest. I
See
love ya.
Bye-bye.
Oh boy. But yeah, so the next time I stream is actually Thursday. I'll be streaming the Game Awards on Thursday, which will be fun, and then Saturday, whatever we're doing for VN night, we'll see. But yeah, for now though, let's see who we shall raid. Thank y'all for joining as always. Let's see who's live. A lot of people are live today, apparently. Well, let's raid Sarah, since Sarah's also playing Otome games, and we just finished an Otome game. So it seems like the most proper person to raid at the moment. But yeah, thank you guys all so much for joining. I love each and every one of you so much, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.